Gotta get my.
Oh my god.
Oh, there you
Oh
go.
my god,
damn it,
Dean.
Dean.
Nice.
Sometimes I wonder why you're here. Wait, did I fix this? Oh, I did. Okay.
Just to suffer, dude.
Yep,
We're all here just to suffer.
You're right. All right, so we're live and everything. Hey guys, welcome. What is this? What did I write? 14, episode 14. We did it.
Woo!
Every time. Somehow, this is the longest
Got
running
there.
podcast we ever done. But yeah, welcome to episode 14. This is gonna be a lot of fun. We have so much stuff to talk about. Bushi Road released so much new sets. Was it like 10 new sets or something?
Yep.
What did I do with the
Yeah.
sets?
Eight
I think it's like
sets and 2 dates.
A lot. we can go with a lot.
only like 6 or 7 though were like actually new titles.
Yep. But I mean,
There's a lot of,
yeah.
legacy
Aren't they
support.
going to release some more stuff towards the end of the year anyway? They always do, right? When's their second thing? Isn't it like right after WGP? There's like
January.
Yeah, it's like January after their WGP finishes up, right?
Yep.
And
All
right before their next ban list announcement.
Yeah, I like the no ban list, by the way, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah,
my God.
so some of you might have noticed, the people who are regularly here, we have an extra person on the cast today, Jason.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Hello.
Welcome, Jason. But that's
Thanks.
actually not all, which is, let's see here. Yeah. So initially when starting this channel, it was just for content. And then as it kind of grew actually into something more than just me randomly doing deck profiles by myself and stuff, kind of developed into like this group of friends who like love playing this really bad card game. I don't know why we play it still, but here we are. And
We're all going for punishment.
pretty much. And one of my like goals after initially kind of taking this a little bit further was that I want to use the proceeds and like any of the income made from this channel and like the Patreon or anything like that. I want to use it to like invest back into the community. I don't know if anyone will remember this, but I used to post like things in at least mostly in the Midwest area stuff to see if what would it take for people to come out to like events that aren't like sponsored by Bushra, like events where like you could possibly win money or something like that. I did some surveys on that, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to really do with to give back to the community, basically. In the end, outside of the content stuff. One of the things I ended up deciding on was I wanted to sponsor players to be able to like alleviate some of the financial burden, like to go to these different events, and like players that I consider pretty strong and have like a consistent record, and give them chances to go out and perform and hopefully go to Worlds and, you know, like make whatever dreams they have with this card game come true. And so finally at this point, we've kind of came to that crossroad where this channel and through the Patreon supporters and everything like that, we've saved enough money that I can actually sponsor people to go out and do things for at least like a couple years minimum right now. So I guess today we're like officially moving ourselves away from like, well, not really moving away, but we're doing now content as well as forming an official team. Because I think when I talked to Jason originally too, we're kind of stuck in this bubble of no one knows really what we are. We're sort of a team because we always go out together and play at all these events and stuff. But we also are mostly like content creators because we all make different content online for the game. So today we're officially going to start like the sponsored Burn One team. Basically, everyone here is a part of that team. We invite Jason and Carmen along to join us. So those are the other 2 sponsored players we have right now. So in total, we have us 5 here, which I think is a pretty solid team. I think everyone here has like had multiple showings, whether it be in team or singles. We have multiple people here that have gone to Worlds for different games, different formats besides Nico.
XW.
Yeah.
XD.
But yeah, I just think overall like this group here is probably some of the stronger NA players, like the North American players, worth like I don't want to say like talking about or whatever, like talk about how big our EP-nesses are or something, but I think all of these players have like at some point proven themselves to be good enough at the card game and consistent enough that they're worth actually giving some thought to and like be able to sponsor these people here. So with that being said, I guess we'll give Carmen and Jason the floor a little bit. They can talk a little bit about themselves. I think a lot of people are pretty familiar with both people here, but just for people who aren't a part of the Discord discussions and stuff like that, I guess you guys both want to introduce yourselves a little bit more. I guess we'll just start with Carmen.
Yeah, sure. My name's Carmen. Obviously, I've been on the podcast multiple times now. I won Nats, I guess. That's my thing. I've been playing Weiss about, what is it? It's like almost 2 years now. And then I also was making, still making content and stuff for with my local guys, PGH Weiss Schwarz. I know a lot of people know that channel. But yeah, I'm super happy to come on to this team officially, and just sort of finally actually top an EN event for once. Not that I've been around for too long, but yeah, no, I'm super excited.
Awesome. Jason.
I'm Jason. I won the New Jersey regionals. Then went to Worlds, got 9th for English. I've been playing for about 4 years. I didn't really start playing competitively until the end of the 2018 season. I don't even own an English deck right now. We just borrow because English kind of sucks. But yeah, games. I enjoy the game a lot. I enjoy the people here a lot, and I wanted to be able to keep going, and being able to be sponsored to do it is definitely appealing. So
sweet, awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are both on board here, and of course Nico and Dean are on board because they don't care. But
Yay.
But one thing I want to talk about before we move on from the team announcement and stuff is that I think one of the cool things about having different teams here, Strictly Broken and stuff, is that it gives players an opportunity who want to get good and perform well in this game, something to look forward to, possibly joining a team or something like that and getting sponsored and being able to be able to play the game they love, basically. So one of the big things that at least my group is doing, I don't know how each team is doing it or anything like that. Some of the advantages that they're going to get, so people know in the future, is that most of the players here, actually everyone, I don't know why I said most, but everyone here is basically 2 regionals a season. They're going to get compensation for their hotels and everything like that to help with their travel and alleviate some of the financial burden, like I said earlier, as well as not having to worry about hotels and things like that. And then we'll just take care of the hotels in the background just so they know they have a place to be and everything like that. And then for the single seasons, if they make it to Japan and win a trip to Japan, or end up just winning an invitation and decide to go to Japan themselves, they're going to be receiving a stipend while they're out in Japan, a travel stipend for them to help either pay for their hotel or their food or anything like that, or if they want to just blow it all on Strong Zero, which is what I recommend.
Hell yeah.
They can go ahead and do that. That way, these players can, not have to always scramble together and be like, oh man, I'm still in college or whatever, and trying to I don't have the money to really travel, but they have the drive to play the game competitively and keep going, and they've all shown that they're consistent and good. So yeah, I just want to put that out there just so people know what's going on. And yeah, I'm just glad everyone's going to be a part of this. And I hopefully maybe in the future we can grow a little bit more. But we'll see what happens. And I guess that's it. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, thanks again, guys, for all being a part of this. It's really awesome. And thank you everyone that actually supports the channel and watches our content. Anyone that donates or just does anything, because it does, unlike a lot of other teams, we only get income based off of our subscribers, watching the content through ads, as well as the Patreon supporters. So it's really important to us that we're able to get some of that, to be able to get some financial support from the community that way. It is just great and amazing. And the fact that you guys enjoy our content for what it is the best part about it. It truly does make me really happy when people talk about our content and enjoy our work. So I hope that all of us together, we can produce even more content in the future, and content that everyone wants to see. But yeah, I think that's basically it. You guys, anything you want to say?
I have an idea.
What's the idea?
We can open up our own card shop. We'll call it Strictly Burn One TCG.
Strictly Burn.
I was about to say that's the most official. That's the longest we've ever been that official on this podcast, from the very beginning.
All right, yeah, fuck all that. Lots of stuff that actually
start the normal
really
shit show
matters
now.
Yeah. So, with that out of the way, our first topic of the night is the great news that Papa Bushro Japan gave us like 10 new sets.
That's a
or
lot of
something.
sets.
Yeah, let's see.
They actually got some good ones this time.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got
actually.
big ones.
So the
Azure
sets-
Lane
I
went to
wish.
Rebirth.
Oh,
Feels
Rebirth,
bad,
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
man.
unfortunately.
Save some money, dude. It's fine. You just think.
Yeah,
about
now you're
that
gonna
more.
buy it.
No formidable waifu for me.
Mm,
Maybe a center marker.
yeah, I might buy like an Enterprise Center marker or something.
But yeah, so the sets that have been released. Wait, is this 20th Circus? Oh yeah,
I
Circus-
can run down what we
Yeah,
got.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's Circus 20th anniversary will be the next set coming out. I think that's after Magia Record anime.
Yeah, October
Yeah.
9th.
So then we have Circus 20th Annie. We have Summer Pockets Reflection Blue. Finally got a release date. We have Assault Lily Bouquet. Still no release date, just sometime in 2021. Slime Volume 2 in March 2021. Sao Alicization, War of Underworld, February 2021. We got Bo Furry, our boy Carmen said Bo
The
Furry,
best.
coming out in November.
They literally
have
just printed his set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, they just stole Carmen's set that he made and they printed it. They're like, this guy's idea was pretty good. Let's make a set.
I hope they print that JC. That card doesn't make any sense.
We have The Day I Became a God, the new Keywork, sometime coming out in 2021. This is the new Love Live project, also
Yeah.
2021.
It's the All Stars set or whatever.
Yeah,
Wait, is that part of the game or is it going to be its separate?
Yeah,
I
it's
think
the game.
it's the new mobile game. Yeah,
It's a new phone game, so it's probably gonna have all the new the new generation of girls plus the
Some of
plus
the
like
old-
a couple old cards for the older girls.
It's gonna be like
Yeah.
Million Live.
Yeah, probably.
hmm
we have Rental Girlfriend.
Huge.
Yeah,
Good
it's
go.
Sumi
what is
waifu.
Yeah, I just
TD
watched it
coming out.
today.
Christmas actual booster coming out in January. Go ahead, Kit.
Yeah, I just watched. I actually watched both episodes before we went live, and yeah, I'm sold on the show already. So
I've only seen episode 1
That
still.
show is so
Art's good.
It's so good.
Art's good. Show's
it's
funny.
good, but it reminds me of
cast is OP.
Watamote in the way that like I can't actually like every single time I watch it, I'm like, ugh.
It only
Oh,
hurts
this is so
you to see yourself,
painful.
Nico. It
The
only
voice
hurts
cast
you
is so
to see
good
yourself.
though.
Fuck you, dude.
yeah, the voice cast is super good. It
The
has-
SPs are gonna be
oh
so
my
fucking
God,
expensive.
Oh, yeah.
dude. When the
Then we have Kaguya and Redive to round it out. I am still hella surprised.
Precone
Precone.
Pog.
Yeah, I'm hella
Yeah,
surprised.
Precone
Oh,
is
yeah,
wild.
We actually
Chiaru
talked about
waifu.
this, before. We're like, Precon's never gonna come here. It's owned by
Side
Side
game.
Games,
Side Games.
yeah.
They have their own shit, and like Precon is in like Shadowverse and all this other stuff. So we just assumed it's never coming to Busho. But for
And
some
it's
reason,
like, oh, anime? Yeah,
Here we
whatever.
are.
Free IP.
yeah.
hmm
Are you ready for Kiara to come in and clock kick your opponent's entire board?
Hell yeah.
They're not just
No,
gonna make
they-
it so
they
can't
reduce
lose
your-
two.
Won 5 times.
No, you just lose at level 3. Reduce
Oh,
your
man.
opponent's cards needed to lose by 1.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, easy game.
Yeah, man. Union Burst 10, and then.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
I am excited about Kaguya though.
Like
Yeah.
make that decision whether I'm maxing Bofuri or Kaguya, and that's a rough choice because I already have to buy all those foils for summer
Yeah.
pockets.
You
See,
you max Bofuri because Maple's just OP.
See, the plan I have,
Pretty OP.
is Kaguya is going to come out in English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can only hope that it comes out in English. I don't trust Bushiroad Singapore to make correct decisions.
Okay, we have plenty of time.
If you want Rental Girlfriend though, you better get that now because I don't think that's ever going to come out. In
Well,
Yeah.
no. See, Dean, I would hit you with the opposite. We're definitely getting Bofuri because it's an isekai series, and we're not getting Kaguya because why would
Why
English
English?
watchers like yet another rom-com? They already have Nisekoi. That's what goes on in Bushiroad SG.
Kaguya is actually popular in America, so
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. I think like I actually see like 3
Doesn't matter.
in English. I see
Doesn't matter,
Bofuri,
not an action show.
Kaguya, and Precon. I see all of those coming to English, and everything else will just stay in Japanese. Oh well,
The key one could probably.
Honestly,
Well,
I'm
you know
gonna
we're getting
buy
Slime,
everything
but-
twice. Yeah, I'm gonna buy everything twice. except for Slime Volume 2. Like, I'm just gonna buy it twice.
Damn,
So-
with the deep pockets.
Alice 2.
No, I'll just sell the JP playset.
You're right.
I'll just be like selling JP playset. But
And then no one buys it.
damn, the turnaround on this is so aggressive. Like Summer Pockets end of October, and then like Beaufrey like third week of November, which is on that is literally the same release day as at English Adventure Time. They come out on the same day, November 20th.
Japanese Weiss is disgusting how fast they release.
And then middle of December, Kaguya. And then, you know what? Like, I kind of want Pre-Con A2, which is end of December, first week of January. That's like $350, $350, like minimum to get the cards.
Yeah, they're really gut punching the wallet.
Yeah.
Oh man, I actually forgot. We're missing out a big set that I forgot to mention. Quince is after Magia Record, and that's gonna hamper into a lot of people's wallet also.
Yeah, it's a constant just smacking around. Like I get a 1 month break between Quince and Beaufrey.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm skipping on Quince. But
my wallet's not too affected on this one. I think Reflection Blue
and
Day I Became a God is, I think, like the only thing I'm like, yeah, I'm probably buying these. Everything else, I was like, whew, dodge a bullet. I might buy Kaguya. Kaguya's pretty good.
I'm buying.
I'm getting more hurt by Adventure Time, probably than like Kaguya. The two sets I want came out at the same time, right? Kaguya and the Rental Girlfriend come out like literally like the same week.
No.
Oh yeah, I might buy
Kaguya's December 18th. The Rental Girlfriend's a month after. It's 121.
Yeah, the trial deck comes out a week after, but the actual like booster pack will come out like 3 weeks after the trial.
Yeah,
deck.
you have until like late January for Rental.
But see, Mob Psycho might come out in.
True. Rental Girlfriend and Pre-Con are 2 weeks apart though. That's gonna actually end me.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the part that matters. The 1 month gaps are fine. I can make that money, but it's the two weeks like apart that I'm like, oh, don't do this to me. Especially because I'm buying Max Kiaru Waifu.
I mean, like
that's happening every time.
Let's at least take solace in the fact that in Weiss, the playset price is like pretty flat if you get into the pre-order window at the right time.
I mean, I'm just gonna take solace that Trump is hopefully giving me another $1,200. That's what I'm gonna take.
That's 4 playsets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just I want a case of Beaufrey and I want a case of Kaguya. So
I need a case. I need a case of Adventure Time. So
you need 4 cases of Adventure Time.
Yeah, I need.
Yeah, you gotta max that day one.
Dude, looking at these cards, so it looks good.
I got like 2 good cards.
I think there's a lot more than that at this point.
I mean, I saw the Bonder in the event, and I'm like, all right, these are good cards. Everything else is kind of like, these are fine.
I like the 1/1 and the 1/0 that stock charges. It's like the 1/1 just replaces itself for free, just gives you free memory and lets you beat over cards, and then you just get stock. You just drop like a 1/0 7K and get stock.
Yeah, I talked to people about that. I was like, it's okay, I think, because like the 1/0 is like the thing in Dear My Sister, right? But it's like more free than that. The biggest issue is just if you get support for the 1/1 event being in memory, I think it becomes like a legitimate like package to be playing.
I would almost play without that. It just lets your cards kill stuff on offense.
I don't know. It's like you need a lot of those in memory to make that Mocha worth like the 1/0 stock charger worth anything.
I think it's for me with Adventure Time. It's that they haven't revealed a single double rare yet, and that's what determines if I'm buying a playset or not. Because they revealed some good stuff so far, but I need to see like that level 1, that level 3. Like, what am I gonna do with these other cards?
That Bonder is definitely bonding to the level 3, and then we're gonna have like a stupid Kaban situation.
Well, here's the other thing, right? It's like if that level 3 like has synergy with that event, like I'll just pre-order the set that day. Like that shows that like they're making a set.
Dude, but you don't even need synergy with that event because the event's just so good itself.
Yeah, the event's
the level
so
3
good
is
already.
just a good. If the level 3 is just a good like top
yeah,
end.
if it's literally anything, right?
Yeah,
like literally anything.
Are you talking about the double bounce, the wormhole?
No, the wormhole is like
the wormhole and the bonder, right?
Then,
so like if the card bonder hits, like if the card the bonder hits is good enough, I'll just pre-order the set like right there.
They have the
I
Fumio
think that's
in
enough.
your hand, right? That's pretty cool.
Wait, they have what?
Isn't it Fumio?
No, it's a stock swapper. The 2/1.
Oh, it's a stock swap. Okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
2/1, the 2/1 Marceline's dad or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it
That's
has,
also off trait, by the way.
Yeah,
Stock
it's just like the one in rewrite,
Rewrite, yeah.
effectively. So
I hope there's not more cards with that trait. I would be very sad.
I mean, all the Marceline cards are probably gonna have that trait.
No, they're not. Because then they, I have the TD.
Oh, is Marceline evil and ooh?
no,
She's
Marceline.
ooh and like vampire.
I mean, the TD might not be, or like the demo deck might not be indicative of the
Marceline,
actual.
based on the lore, should be Ooh, I think, not Nightosphere.
I don't know. I don't.
How's she supposed to get with Princess Bubblegum? That's canon pairing, dude.
Dude, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was-
I didn't
I don't
watch
know
like one season of
anything.
the show.
I don't know
It was-
anything about Adventure Time.
I remember
I'm
now.
talking
It
on
was
my act.
vampire because I was upset because in Monogatari, vampire blood trait. So
Yeah, but it's not
Come on,
blood trait.
standard.
Yeah, why is it?
But yeah, I think the set actually already has more potential than Batman Ninja just from those like couple
That's a
cards
high
we've
bar.
seen.
The high bar. The
High bar, you're right.
bar.
Oh, but but Adventure Time doesn't have grappling hook yet, so
Yeah,
True.
Yet being the key word there.
Thanks to June, now we're gonna get it though.
It's
They're
gonna
gonna errata a card real quick.
It's gonna have the 1/0 torch event or something.
Oh, huge.
strong.
But no actual bonder to it because this is in English, so we don't actually get the good stuff.
God, Redive is actually so wild as an
Yeah.
announcement. Like
Yeah, it is.
that's
I'm
such
re-
a
I'm really
wild
mad.
field. Like I said, like Redive could like get a set, and everyone's like, no, it's like Games, like Shadowverse, like
Well, I mean, I think it's a
It's
legitimate thought because like Granblue never got a set.
yeah, like
And all that other stuff, and it's Games. They literally already have a
I
card
don't-
game
This
with
stream
Kone
was-
in it. Nah.
this stream was just like all that shit you want that's in other games that you thought you'd never get. Y'all getting it right now. Like right? Like that's what this stream was. It's just
I'm just so tilted because I didn't want it.
yeah.
I didn't want it not because it's pre-Kone, but because I have to spend on it.
Yeah, now I have to buy cards, right? Like
I had to go DM people. I'm like, all right, how much for a max ready playset of every Kyaru card and a playset?
Christ.
Because I'm not even gonna fuck with cases. I'm just like, no, there's too many other sets I want to fuck with cases. Just give me the cards outright. I don't need any other foil for that set though.
that's what I'm doing for
Don't
Summer
worry.
Pockets. I thought I was going hard in Reflection Blue, and then they dropped this thing, and I was like, oh, I guess I got to just buy the foils I need now. I guess I got to burn
Maybe-
beforehand.
Maybe we buy max rarity Sumi cards for Rental Girlfriend, but I'm probably not maxing that either because the voice cast is too expensive and those SPs are gonna be too expensive.
Oh yeah,
So-
the voice
Oh, yeah,
cast
that's
is
right,
So
the-
strong, man. Oh
Yeah,
my
Sora,
God.
Mia, Rieri.
Yeah, that's
was it
rough.
now Toyama,
Aoyuki's also there.
Aoyuki. Yeah, it's just like all four of them are just like, no, I'm sorry. This is actually unacceptable.
Dude, man.
I
Yeah.
can't spend money on this.
Strong signs.
Dude, Aoyuki playing like the bitch character too is like my favorite part. I love when
Hell
Aoyuki's,
yeah.
like,
It's
an
so
asshole.
funny.
Oh, it's so good.
hmm
It's okay, kid.
Mm.
We'll let them have this one. Come January, they'll announce our sets. Don't
Oh,
even
no,
worry,
please,
dude.
no. I'm
Dude, you'll get your Shadowverse anime set. Don't worry.
Oh,
I
hell
just,
yeah.
dude, I just want Yojo Senki. That's like the one set where they announce it. I'm like, very cool. Max, fucking day zero, max place.
I mean, like-
you got me.
Everybody was saying we could because of the what is it? Because of the Isekai Quartet in Rebirth or whatever. It's like, oh man, this is the only set we don't have in Weiss.
True.
Put it in.
I've been waiting on Made in Abyss,
Yeah, it's never happening.
but it's never gonna happen.
You saw
Why
that
would-
movie, dude. I don't know if we can make some of these scenes into cards. Oh man.
Why would we have some? We have Rebirth of a Healer, right?
Oh, redo
A
a
re-
healer?
We
Dude,
do
that's
heal.
not
Redo
gonna
a
go. Oh my god.
healer in
If
one.
I got a set, holy
Let's go.
Dude, that'd be pretty sick.
Oh my god. let's not.
Get
Let's not.
thrown out of your LGS for playing.
Dude, the
Summer.
girls in that are pretty cute though.
True,
Like,
they are.
I'm upset
Unfortunately-
that Assault Lily still doesn't have a release date. Like, I get why, because like the anime was pushed back and they don't have screen caps to make cards from. It's like unironically why the set is delayed. But I have these trial decks just sitting here, like
they're gonna
and
stay sitting there.
yeah, and they're just gonna sit there for a long time.
Trial decks are better than some of my actual decks. Maybe you should just play them.
I already have.
Can't,
We don't talk about 8 standby JoJo's.
That was actually the worst deck I've ever played. Only because
It certainly looked like it.
Is there a good deck in JoJo's?
no,
The world may never know.
no, JoJo's probably
Bar standby is probably the best thing you're getting out of that
No.
set, honestly.
No, I've tried Bard. I've tried like all the Bard. I think Bar is actually a trap.
Nah, I think Bar's good enough. Bar's better than what anything else JoJo has.
Because the problem with Bar is you look at your hand and like it's 5 cards and like it's like 1 Bar and 3 level 3s and like 1 playable. And you're like, damn.
That's why you play the Paracolo, and you put like max on the Paracolo 0/0, and you're like, all right, now we get to fix our hand.
Oh man,
Just live.
sets. All right. Speaking of garbage sets, let's move on to a really good set.
Oh no! Here we go.
Let's go.
All right,
It's
Data
time.
Live.
Data
Live is finally
Data
dropped.
Live.
What, how it's been 2 weeks now? I forget.
1 week.
A week,
A week.
A
I
week.
thought it was 2.
dude. I don't know. Maybe.
I think it's been.
I think it might have been
about 2 or 3
2.
weeks. 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah.
All right. Have we all come in consensus that this set's probably like high?
If it's
Stupid.
not S tier, it's high A tier.
High
It's a
tier
turning
two.
point.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
tier
a. I would call. I'd be hard pressed to not call it like a tier 1 deck,
Yeah.
a tier 1 set.
It's like
Yeah.
a marker of like how many individually dumb cards can we put in one set,
Yeah.
right? Like it's
the
it's
quality
definitely
of that set is just. Too
it's a
high.
turning point for card balancing. Like it's definitely a marker of power creep.
Yeah.
One of the big things about
All
it
of the. Yeah. Go ahead.
is I remember they banned in Rewrite, they banned the Akane support or the spammable brainstorm because it had too many good modes, which was on a character reverse, revenge trigger 1k, or I think it's 1k, yeah, and it was a
1K.
spammable hand fixed brainstorm. They banned it because it had too many good modes, and then you look at sets like Data Live, and every card unit has like 5 different modes, and they're all good all the time, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm so tilted that Kurumi 3-2 even exists, honestly. Like I already thought Evil Eye was a pretty sick card in Overlord, and I'm like, man, if only Overlord didn't suck, like this card could actually be like pretty sick. And then they went and printed Kurumi, which is just all the upside of Evil Eye and more. And it's
Yeah.
just, okay, why make the burn a random
better
number that
numbers.
depends on your deck? Just make it
Yeah.
a solid 3. Okay, let's give it the shuffle back too. Okay, cool. Just make it stock swap too. Why not? And
Oh, no,
let's
no,
put it
no.
Even better, put it on a standby.
That's what I was about to say. Print it on standby so it swings for really
Yeah.
good numbers
So
all
it goes
the time.
3-2, 3-2, 3-2 if you ditch cards, or you get to shuffle and then ditch for 3. Sounds pretty good.
You don't have
You
to
wanna know-
care
you
about
wanna know the
swinging into
best part?
open lanes.
Right.
Like
Save stock, punting it on the field. Like, pretty
On
good.
top of all of this shit, like it's I don't want to say like I guess it is power creep, but like a lot of that shit doesn't even cost anything. So like what
Yeah.
the shuffle back doesn't cost anything. Stock swap doesn't cost anything. The only thing that costs anything is the burn 3.
Meanwhile,
Where you had
they
the cards in summer pockets,
Yeah.
which was like the level 3 finisher. It's like, oh, you want a stock swap? Yeah, sure, dude. You gotta
Pay
pay
one.
one though.
dude, get 2k power. It's huge.
It gets 1 fucking K, dude.
Oh, guys, Yumiko gets
Yeah,
2k.
no.
Oh my God.
You're playing
Oh
the
my
you're
God.
playing the
The
clock
moment
kicker
finisher
tax.
is like just not good enough.
You're playing the clock kicker tax there. Yumiko burns one, so she gets 2k.
Yep.
It's also a stock healer. Woo.
Oh man.
Kurumi's a normal healer. That's
Yeah, Kurumi's just so stupid.
Normal
The-
healer.
Oh no,
I-
deck unplayable. It loses to Grisaya.
I think
Unplayable.
I'm still really mad that they even printed the Kotori 1-0 because that card is just actually a marker of power creep because they're actually decided to print a +2 on an uninteractive combo.
Mhm.
And like they even gave it a plussing trigger as well, which is just like absurd to me. I don't care if it's a
and it
low
hits
quality
on the
plus
event.
when my deck has so many good cards that it doesn't matter what garbage I put in my hand because none of it's actually garbage. It's
On top of all of that, since it hits on the
Yeah,
event,
it's
Yeah,
the
the event. The
if the
event.
Kurumi is also like up here, I think the event's like right on the same fucking
the
tier.
event
The 1-0
is the-
event is so
yeah.
disgusting.
Like people were telling me that they didn't think it was as broken as like the Psychono like search event. But what people have to remember about the Psychono search event is while it is broken, it's only broken in the context of Psychono because Psychono has so many effects that just remove their cards off the board, so they're never actually stunned. The stun is fake.
Yeah.
This is just you can take this card and put this in literally any set in the game, and they'll at least consider playing this card.
No,
Because
that's
it's just-
100%.
it's that absurd.
So disgusting.
Like
Yeah.
The thing I was thinking was with the non-interactive +2s was like
a nightmare.
It's not a healthy thing, but it was a natural progression of the game, right? Because first you had on reverse search, and then you had on reverse, and then you had like on attack, like get something, and now then you get like on reverse get +2. So the next thing we're going to see is on reverse +3. It's going to be like stock charge.
We already had
search.
that in Konosuba Aqua combo.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah,
it's
on
gonna be
reverse,
stuff like that,
on
but,
reverse,
like,
pay one real top 3 at all
no
goddess
pay.
traits.
No
Oh,
pay.
no
it's
pay, no
free.
pay, just free.
Hey, yeah, you just get free on
Oh,
reverse.
on reverse, like
That's the
search
next
one,
phase of
salvage
power.
one, stock one. Just
Yeah,
like, okay.
that's the next level of power creep we're gonna have.
Like
Eventually.
we've had like pseudo +2s on interactive, right? Because you have like Kato and stuff like that, where they put the twin drive on like plussing triggers, because then they're like it's like a pseudo +2 because you hit the climax and you can play the climax out, but this is just isn't the same. Like
Yeah.
it's so upsetting to like have to play against too, because it's like your opponent can just be so greedy and they're never punished.
The worst thing is that 1-0 event, though, because like I've been trying to think about the 1-0 event because my opponent has infinite hand. I can no longer do anything about my opponent. My opponent's literally like solitaire. Now there's
Yeah,
nothing I
they
can
don't-
do as a player.
I get no interaction again. They get to interact with me. I don't get to interact with them. It's
So
like,
so then my thought is, what can I as a player do? And it's really cool because I've liked a lot of the decks I've started to like with like 2-1 combo decks where like you forego level 1 to have a stronger level 2. Those decks don't function anymore because you can't hold board against Day Live. You're not allowed to play a board based deck. So you have to play things like Christmas Kazumi, right? You have to play things like that where it's like a loopable level 1 climax.
yeah, that's Grisai doesn't care.
Yeah.
All their best cards are zeros, and their combo grabs their
God,
combo
I'm so,
back.
I'm
Yeah,
so
like,
sad, like I can't roll into locals with summer pockets anymore because I just instantly lose.
Oh yeah. As if it wasn't as if Shiroho wasn't poorly positioned enough right now.
Yeah,
The 1-0 comes in and just says, Reflection Blue better give y'all a better combo. Or
you're never having fun in this matchup.
no.
Yeah, and then there's not. It's not even like talking about like the standby cards. Like that 1-0 Toka back row is just actually just an absurd card.
Yeah, the 15.
I don't
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know
about
what they
this.
were thinking about that card. Like
Yeah, that card's
Three or
fucking-
four different viable decks in this fucking set
Yeah.
that all sound like really fucking absurd and have
Well,
their own,
and that's the most
like,
ridiculous
crazy high
part.
points.
yeah,
That's
because
the
like
most ridiculous thing is that everyone's playing the set, right? Every
like I
single
said.
person that I've talked to
Except for
is like keying in on something different, right? They're all saying it's like, oh, I'm playing this, I'm playing that, like I've tried this, this seems really good, like, oh, but like this card in the zero lineup like makes this change or stuff like that. It's like the set is every card is so individually ridiculous.
you can
There's
look at
so
like
much variance.
you can just look at like 60 cards in the set, hand it to people, and be like, all right, if you could have like a couple of these cards in your set, which one would you want? And they'll look at them and be like, I'll take any of these. Like these are all just like
Yeah.
cards any set would want and be happy to have. But Data Live gets them all. It's like most sets get maybe like 10, 5 of those good cards. Data Live just has all of them. It's like, okay, every good plussing zero like you could ask for, yeah, Data Live has them all. What does
Outside
Slime
of, like,
get?
Ricky.
Slime
That's
gets
about it.
the free runner. 4K 2 or less stock. Nice. Dal gets the marker 4K. It gets a 4K free runner. That's 4K on turn.
Oh
It gets
yeah.
clean cut, 3K clean cut. Like it gets everything. It's like spawner if you want it. That card that's
That's also on a stock bomb.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like,
I don't
okay,
know.
A 500 power stock bomb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's actually even more important.
has two
God.
two really solid level 1 combos. One that gets to bend the rules a little bit because they worded Fever poorly. Oops.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really cool thing. Everything is so atrocious about the set, right?
I still
But,
have
like,
to try book.
But honestly, because of
It's
the way
fine.
Weiss
I like
Schwarz is, my opponent's deck strength normally doesn't affect me as like a player. If they're doing absurd things, like I can play my deck to the best of my ability and usually be able to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's everything that I have a problem with day-to-day life. At the moment, the 2/2 is probably gonna get me when my opponent's scrying every attack. But
Yeah.
it's just that 1-0 event. That 1-0 event just like actually tells, I would say like 80% of the decks in the game. They cannot play the game. It is the single most disgusting card ever printed in this game. because of the counts that you can play it in without feeling bad.
Because the fact that even if it's dead in some matchups, in those like matchups where you don't really care about like, you know, board-based gaming or whatever the hell you want to call it, it's like, okay, cool. You can use this to salvage your level 3, or you can use it to mill 4.
Yeah,
Why?
Why
Why is this not a card?
Oh, and you know what other cards you're gonna play to fix with it? Like the best
Shido?
brainstorm in the the best brainstorm in the set, and the Shido. And the Shido blinks stuff on play, and is pay 1 turn into another card. Like,
Is it really bad for me to say I'm like, I think the brainstorm's really good, but I only want to run like one copy of it because there's so many other
Max
better
too.
cards?
Yeah,
Dude, because the brainstorm,
I keep trying to justify 3 because my knee jerk is that it's right, but then I keep wanting to cut it.
Dude,
Like,
it's unironically like the worst card in every deck, but it's a good brainstorm, and it's a brainstorm. Again, every set is happy to have this brainstorm, but it's like Dal doesn't want it. Dal just says, give me like 1 to 2 of it. I'm okay. I have the event. I have the Shido. I don't need stock for the rest of my game. I'll just use it on those cards, and I'm happy. It's like,
And
sure,
even all the people who are like talking about like you can't
They
even
get
rely on
Chiori
getting
too,
the
so-
event to hand or whatever.
You get
probably
Chiori.
run 4 of the event. You have Chiori, which can grab it. You have the Cowgirl promo, which can grab it. You have your level 1 combo, which can grab it. Like, you're probably getting this fucking card into your hand somehow.
one of the most disgusting things is like,
Oh yeah, they got Cowgirl too, didn't they?
Mhm.
yeah, you play
Arisu,
the
yeah.
Cowgirl down,
But
you
isn't
play
it,
the Arisu, and like you top check, and it's the event, and then you
Chat,
look down at your
I'm
opponent's
ISP.
board. You look at your opponent's board, and you say, "Oh, that's a 2/2. Ditch a card, grab it, rest the Cowgirl that you immediately just played, delete their 2/2, and then continue on with the rest of your turn." It's just like there's so many like disgusting, like puke-inducing interactions in the deck. Like it just
I actually like
Damn.
usually think that the Chiori profile that they printed for Dal, ignoring the fact that that card is actually just pushed and it's just like disgusting. Normally, I hate the grab level 1 or higher profile, but the fact that the event is just so absurd makes me just ignore it. It's the same thing with Slime. Like I hated that effect in Slime, but now I'm playing it because Mask is broken. Then that event is broken. So because I can grab these 1/0 events, it's like, okay, I'll play this worst Chiori. It's fine. Not to mention that it just has on attack pump something 1k, which is like, why? Why do I get to do that? Like, I shouldn't be allowed to do that. But you know,
You just get a random broken effect to go along with an even like already good
Mhm.
effect. That's
Yeah, it's
literally isn't that the name of the set, like the Shido and
Mhm.
all that other stuff we mentioned? It
like normally Chioris are like, okay, it gets power to itself, so it's big on play. It gets to win the board. No. It gets to either win its own board or help something else win the board. 'Cause it's
running like 4 of level down and like 2 to 3 of blink is just gross.
Yeah.
Like every deck that's in yellow that's running that event, it's like you run like 4 event, 2 brainstorm, 3 Shido, and that's like totally fine because that stuff is so dumb. And you can run the coterie, which is like a dig, a salvage from grave, a 1k1 to your field, like the 3/2 coterie. Like
assist for on 2K also.
yeah,
by the way.
assist run 2k. Like for all your dumb on the other colors that have dumb on reverse finishers, so they can help you out. So it's like throwing yellow in your deck as a third color, even
It's
if you're
fine.
for
It's
some
free.
reason not running choice, you just do it because there's so many good cards.
Yeah, and the best brainstorm is in yellow too, so like you're gonna have yellow at some point in your deck, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things
You
I
just
think
get too many good cards are yellow.
Yeah, one of the things that I don't think any of you said too was which is really ridiculous too about the 1/0 event is that it can target back row as well.
Yeah.
So like
Mhm.
your cards aren't safe back there if you stand by them out back there. If you trigger standby and you put a 3/2 down there, you're just like goodbye next turn. That card's now like a 2 or lower.
What about sets like Saikano and Kimono Friends that play level brainstorms?
Well,
I
they
agree.
just turn back
Well,
into the
Gusai
level-
doesn't care. You're gonna have to play like split brainstorm. You got to play like 2/2.
Saikano
Yeah,
doesn't
Play level
care,
0 brainstorm
though,
too.
because what happens is you kill their 1/0 brainstorm. They
Yeah, they change it
into
back.
the 0
Yeah.
brainstorm.
Yeah, they change it and put it back,
If
and then
anything, you let them use their event more often now because you
yeah,
let
you
them-
give them a
Honestly,
walkout.
The only thing you're using that thing in Psychono is you're just using it to hit the Kato 1/0s, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna hit your Kato 1/0. If they played towards it and they give you the empty back row slot, maybe they put their Kato back there, but in the end, that's still probably better for you than their Kato going back to hand because now they don't get to soak up the soul with the Kato, and the card doesn't become a card in their hand they can use for something else if they choose they don't want it anymore. So like it's still okay for the day life player to be doing it, and I would still probably do it every time because the Shido plus that lets you get rid of 2 of them. So it's like okay, it's fine. Just Deck's good against Dal. Deck's good against Dal's good against Psychono. Dal's probably good against everything. Seems to be how it works right now.
I feel like it's not going to have a matchup worse than 50-50, like across the board.
It's probably its worst matchup is actually probably Grisaya. Like honestly.
Yeah, because you deny all the heals, and it's a deck that
wants to.
Yeah, it's like.
I mean, it's trying to go just as fast as you are, but it's fine because then they can't dirtle when it matters.
Yeah, they can't dirtle because they can't heal like more than once without like.
Yeah, Blink doesn't do anything to you.
Blink doesn't care. Like
the level down doesn't matter to you because none of your cards ever your cards either are gonna die anyway or don't win board.
Or like you can put additional anti-heals on the field and then like send them to memory and like, generate memory compression. Or like
you don't care.
Down. Like having like those
their 2/2 is like the biggest problem.
Like I don't want to call them like I guess JC is like a combat trick, but it's like having like something like that to put on the board when you get level down, and like Kit mentioned this, right? It's like if you have a good card to put down when you get level down, something like JC or whatever. That was you, Dean?
Yeah, because I was debating Vivid Strike.
Yeah, because it.
Yeah, it's like if you have a good card to put down that has like a super disruptive effect, like JC, not to mention like Grisaya and Psychono, who are like the biggest sets to have that right now. They go to memory, and like you give them a stock out, so like you give them memory generation, so like they get a good like bonus on you leveling them down. So I feel like those matchups will be the like 50-50 matchups, and then Dow will smoke everything else probably.
But I mean, like at that point, you're probably not even going to be leveling anything down.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You don't level them down.
But that gives it's like you have the initiative as the Dow player.
Well, the problem,
like
Nico, the problem is that Day Live literally has a card that your only goal is to not instantly lose to it. Because the problem is I think like most decks instantly lose to that card. So you have to choose a deck that you can like fight.
I can't play Milky Homes anymore. I know
they don't care though.
Because Vivid Strike, you have the 0 assist that makes your like middle hexproof, so then you can sit on either the 3/2 or the 2/2. And I'm just gonna assume I'm told they might play a bomb. I'm gonna hope that when you play,
they're gonna play the 2/1 stock bomb on you, and then they're gonna get that free stock off of it too. And they're
a lot of people are running the 2/1 Kotri bomb as a 1-of, and they can grab it wherever they want because like they're already playing choice probably, so they can grab it off that, and it refunds stock. So like it's a 2-0 bomb.
They have too much. They tell me they play 3 blinks and 4 like kill a card on your board, and they're still like, I need this bomb.
Yeah, I need to get off the topic, guys.
We've been here for quite a
while. We've been like bashing this set a lot.
It's just, it's so frustrating.
It's like, I think the bottom line is the set is really, really strong. The set has multiple super strong builds. I don't even think there's a single. Is there even like a single climax combo where you look at it and be like, this is super bad? Even the time machine, it's like, sure, it's a time
level 1 combo.
Yeah, okay, sure.
The TD combo.
That's about
it.
Like,
even like the Toka that you're not going to play a lot of the time is that your finisher or whatever is still like stack 3 then burn 5, which if you think about it, that's like it's over half a level in damage.
Oh, not to mention
they only have to deal 2 clean damage to you.
This set has a totally fine climax swapper that you don't mind running in multiples of 2 or 3.
Oh yeah, neg 500.
Yeah, it's like neg 500 for reveal your hand. Who gives a shit? Like,
I mean,
whatever.
People cared until Konosuba showed that it doesn't actually matter, right?
Yeah, it's like you have this climax swapper, and then you can like that Toka combo off pants. Like that's like. You look at it, it's like you can only field that in 1 lane anyway. It like lends itself to being a second level 3 climax combo. So you can run like 4 2/2s or whatever you want, like 3 3/2s. Doesn't matter. You can just throw the Toka combo in there, and it's totally fine.
Next topic. This is getting too
long.
I guess before we jump off the topic, what's everyone's version of this deck they're playing this weekend? I guess
8 standby.
8 standby.
I'm trying 8 standby. I tried choice standby before that. Trying to like take a break from that, try other stuff.
Yeah. I played choice standby. I think at our local tomorrow, I'm probably gonna try choice pants.
Yeah,
choice split pants.
I'm on the choice pants train as well.
Choice split pants. Trust.
We'll see.
Split pants always right.
I'm gonna try that. split pants.
You can play choice split pants, book split pants, bar split pants. Doesn't matter.
So true.
It's too good.
All right.
Dean, what are you playing in Data Live?
I'm playing Memory Bang Dream.
True.
Oh man. All right.
I can respect that, Dean.
Speaking of memory,
Yeah, exactly. What a great segue into our JP meta trends.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So
Oh boy.
I think it was like not a surprise to anyone, especially early January and February and stuff. I think people caught on finally, especially once Fate got hit. It's like kind of like the deck was just so good. Like its game plan was just super solid. It did the thing where you put like half your deck in memory and you just look at your opponent and go, good luck. Shake my hand after you lose this game, you know? And it definitely I think it definitely like awakened some like brewers out there. We started seeing random lists like Bang Dream Memory, like Dean's talking about. We saw some pop up occasionally, like in JP and stuff. But then Bushiroad, along with it, started printing other sets that just like happened to be like we play 12 cards that go to memory and they all do good things. And so
Slime.
everyone, yeah,
Slime,
yeah.
Grisaia
yeah.
happened.
Kimono.
ReZero.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kimono was like one of the other ones.
New
too.
ReZero, new
Yeah,
ReZero.
new ReZero as well now. It's almost to the point like everyone's just basically playing Psychono Light is like the way I'd like to describe it. I think we all like to describe it that way.
Yeah.
At this point.
I
Like-
think that the meta will correct itself eventually in that case, though, because they have slowly started printing cards that have
Well,
memory
Bushi's
hate.
got to correct it, but yeah.
Yeah, like Konosuba has the Kazuma
code.
event. Yeah, the Konami code event. I think Magia Record, if I remember correctly, has like a 2/1 stock bomb that also has some slight memory hate on it.
Yeah, it's like
And
if
I'm
your
assuming
opponent has
it's just going to
more
start
than
being
4
like
memory.
a tech card that Bushiroad's going to print.
If they have
What do you-
5 or more, you get to choose.
No, they
your-
choose. They choose.
Both players choose
Oh, yeah, both,
everything
yeah.
except 4, and they dump everything, which doesn't turn off any conditions, but like dumps the compression.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just stops people from hyper compressing like Psychono does, where Psychono's being greedy and they're like, "Well, I want 10 memory. Why? Because I can. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
Memory
not?
Steins Gate, that could be a thing.
Could it? I don't even have enough cards. But anyhow, it's just like it's just memory just feels so frustrating. 'Cause it's like it's they're putting it on all these effects that like I'm going to play anyway, so why not just play the ones that go to memory? Because
Yeah,
like,
like,
half the time I don't want
already
these
good,
cards on my
right?
board anyway. Like the runner, right? Like any of the plussing 0 ones that go to memory are like pretty sick. Like the Izumi, the what there was another like there's like the Umi Bomb in BB. That card's pretty sick. And like those again, those are one of the ones that pair with clean cut like really well, like the Puck,
Yep.
that one. Being able to pair with those means you can attack with them, and then you can send them away when you're ready. They select for new cards. The drop searchers, there's like the drop people are starting to play the drop salvager in ReZero too, just because it goes to memory. It's like, okay, sure, these are relevant effects. I like these. Like, okay, JC, go to memory. What's better?
Yeah.
Remember when they used to only print sets like, what was it, like Da Capo and Angel Beats? That were almost like the only ones that had actual like memory interaction.
Yeah, and then like sometimes they printed the cards that are like, oh, when this, they're the Mocha thing, where it's like, oh, when this card dies, like they do the Bunny Girl thing. It's like you can stick this specific card into memory because
Yep.
there's something that plays around this card and like let you bring it back though, so it's not actually staying in memory unless you like just choose to ignore it. But
Like the DMS stuff or whatever.
yeah, the
Yeah.
DMS, the Mai, whatever. But then now Bunny Girl's doing it too. Bunny Girl's playing like choice door. They're just playing the Rize just to tuck the Mai in memory, and they're not even like they don't play any of the stuff to bring it back because they're like, I don't want
Yeah.
this card in my deck. I just want this card.
Gone.
I just want 4
I want to play a
cards that
46
go to
card
memory.
deck.
Yeah, I want to play a
4-3.
46 card deck, and then I'll play like the drop salvager and stuff, I guess. It's like and like the 1/1 event, just like a little bit more memory, because why not?
I
That's the
Just
memory's the name of the game.
Compression. Like,
Yeah.
I think as decompression tools, not as ridiculous of Konosuba. Konosuba's all ultimately like the king of that sort of like array of effects. But as things like stock swap and whatnot became things that like destroyed, like they punish good play, like generalized good play so well a lot of the time when used by good players, that the natural reaction to that is like, what can my opponent never interact with? Memory. And paying out, like exchanging stock for memory is a 1-for-1 like compression interaction. And when you have compression that your opponent can't deny, then isn't that just straight better than stock? And I mean, like Saikano is like the ultimate of that, right? Where like they turn every stock they can into memory, so that their opponent can never.
Well, also doing effects is the problem.
Yeah, while
they're always
also
powerful
doing
effects.
good things, like
Yeah, at least, like-
Ricky,
I miss
Cardcaptor add one, like stuff like that.
I miss when Memory Vivid Strike was, and then like there weren't decks actually shoving their entire deck in, and now it's like, oh, that thing that I did as a meme and my deck was horribly crippled to do it is now like decks are doing it while being
It's
good,
expected, yeah.
and it's actual
Yeah.
bullshit.
Like, what is it? Like the like even like people in Grisaya, when Grisaya was first like spoiled and whatever, like me included, were like complaining that like, oh man, why doesn't the anti-heal do something when it goes to rain? Why is there no incentive to put this card in memory? Because like when we first saw Saikano, it was just like, well, Saikano does all these things. Why don't I get to do those things? Why don't I get a cool, even like the one in Kantai, right? The one in Kantai spawned a 1-0, like the 1-0. It's like, why don't I get like something like that? And then all of a sudden you realize it's like, just putting this card in memory and it existing as an anti-heal for like 5-6 turns from now, probably just good enough. Like this is fine.
Yep, for sure.
Not as good, but like fine.
Well, and yeah, it's because there's no way to interact with it, and like those strategies that hate on stock charge based compression are in all the good decks, like stock swap and like.
Yeah, the name of the game is decompress or don't play that deck. Like if you don't have some sort of decompression tool, or you're not the like one of the people actually compressing, where it's hard to interact with, just don't play. You're probably not a deck, competitive deck right now.
Yeah, you're probably just not playing anything.
So, I mean, we've been on this memory train for quite a while here. But one thing I guess we can talk about, too, is I'm actually not familiar with SAO 10th Anniversary enough. Does it have a lot of shit that goes in memory or anything?
No, it doesn't.
It's
just
Heathcliff.
That's
it, right? It has the Heathcliff they play like a 2 of, but it also anti-encores, so it's good against things. But SAO 10th is in that realm of, I have stock swap at the bare minimum, so I can just decompress you.
And the other combos that they have is also like non-interactive, and their cards have. It's not, I think, almost to the degree of Data Life, but I'm also not super familiar with the set. But a lot of their cards also just have like a bunch of like good effects piled onto each other.
Every card is 500 power over.
SAO 10, for whatever reason, is just like it's just so consistent thanks to having things like the pants support, the combo's good. It shows that like you don't even need to have like a
you
super
can choose how much you mill on top of that.
Yeah,
so
like you don't even hit level 3s that often, but you just have enough like good zeros and stuff that it's like this is fine. And like the pants support ends up actually being absurd. That was like a card that people thought was gonna be like whatever, and who knew? Just basically playing a card that's a trigger that says salvage a pants, like salvage a climax or a character, pretty good. Go figure. But it's just pretty frustrating, I think.
Yeah. Do you think
to deal with?
Even Data Live doesn't have
it's
memory.
Just consistent. That's all it is. It's consistent with
a high tier set, so I don't need
end.
memory to be like good.
Well, they also have the double decompression, right? They have stock swap and shuffle back.
Yeah.
So that's where they go. But SAO just has like a good enough top end that if you let the game go too long, and SAO gets into a really compressed deck state, they're just gonna force the game to end.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna take it. So that's where they
like burn twos, no matter how compressed you are.
Yeah, when you drop like
3 of them, like you know, you're gonna die.
Yeah, like one thing that was brought up too is the Heathcliff, how it turns off Encore. I wonder if
that was actually relevant in a couple games where I played a couple games against Anniversary where I'm just like, damn, I just double or triple triggered, and then and then I'm just like, oh wait, I can't do this. They turned off my Encore.
There's those games where like you play for your opponent to kill your thing, so you're like, oh man, now I get to pay 3 Encore, sick, and you can't do that. It's like, that option's just not even there. It's like, and good versus things like Dal with the 2/2, since they usually play the 2/2 Kurumi in choice standby. And just like it just makes standby decks overall just harder to play in a meta that's already not exactly accepting of them.
Yeah, and one of the things, like the reason I bring it up too is that it's recently there's been a lot of early play printed with hand encore. So like, is that playing into like the reason Sao 10th is slowly?
Oh, it's
like,
big. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Was
Those
it-
two EPs are just so egregious as cards.
The Heathcliff is so non-committal to throw as a one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check 4.
Like,
Check 4. Go to
you
memory.
literally add it, and it doesn't hurt your deck at all to put it in because the effect's already good. It goes to memory, and you don't have to like use it in the matchup where it hurts you.
They play like one. Sao plays like one hand encore card, and it's the 2/1 Xenon. Just because that card's
that's
like really
it.
strong.
That's it.
And they don't even need that card that often. The hand encore is just like gravy on that card because they still don't.
Yeah, it depends on your matchups that you play in. But
yeah, I just think like I do think the Heathcliff existing to be able to make Slime and Konosuba harder to play is definitely a factor. Now, probably not like a super big factor because if the set sucked, it would just suck anyway. But it's there, it exists, and it's just helping it like scale up in terms of like competitiveness. I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess like the one last thing we can hit up on as far as JP meta goes is like we kind of saw like a lapse of standby being like very powerful, but over like the last few months or so, like maybe like 3 or 4 months, like we saw standby slowly make a return, and at this point I feel like there's just so many strong standby sets again. Like we have Data Live, we have 8 standby what is it, Sunshine is like another set that has standby that's really strong. We have like Choice Standby, Data Live as well. Like, is standby coming back to become like basically the king of the triggers? It seems like they keep printing like really good stuff that just combos with standby, or
I don't
it's
think
just
so.
gonna
I
disappear?
think Data Live put standby down existing, honestly.
Yeah.
While also being ironically the one playing standby. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the problem with like a lot of standby matchups right now is like it's in general, like as we just talked about earlier, especially like with Dean and everything, if it's almost just like a board based thing. Data, like if you ever get queued into Data Live, it almost feels like you're not supposed to win that matchup because they just like look at your board and be like, that's a pretty nice board, bro. It's gonna happen. It's like, it'd be a damn shame if I just played this event and got rid of it all. Oh, by the way, you know how you're supposed to starve my hand? +2, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if you've ever played standby into like an 8-win deck or even a 4-win deck, and you get like a single card winded, you're like, holy shit, I'm crippled.
Yep.
Like a single card gets winded,
And
and, and that's like RNG, right? And now it's like they're just like event.
Yeah, it's like, all right, take your 1/1, go get your 1/0. I can actually answer those cards. That's whatever.
Exactly.
But it's I mean, it's just like then you have things like Grisaya existing, where Grisaya is just like the king of like aggressiveness right now. It's to the point where like Japan is calling the 1/0 Kazuki bomb. They call that card Junyo now, after the 2/1 global from Kantai, because that card is just so ridiculous. Because you just when you don't know what to do, you just field 2 or 3 of that. And it's like, yeah, global soul across the board, go. And he's like, okay, like whatever, I don't really care. Like I don't have a climax, global soul, it's fine. It's like it's actually just hysterical to me, and it's like standby is too slow. Like I don't like saying standby is like slow, but when there's decks with JC that are gonna keep tri-fielding you, sometimes it actually just feels too slow. Like I think like Albuta and like Albuta's like a pretty okay standby deck because I think Shoko as a top end is just good enough to like carry it, and it's like pretty safe.
It doesn't even always play standby anymore.
Yeah, they don't. In Japan, it is still the most popular variant, I think. Oh, here people are wanting to play
Standby
choice plus
pants,
whatever.
right?
Yeah, standby pants is like the most popular variant, but people are still playing like choice pants and choice and a choice. But I think in Japan right now they're seeing favor towards the standby pants. Standby Sunshine is just crutching on Rico existing, and as long as Rico exists, I'm pretty sure that deck is like can't be bad.
Yeah, I heard it.
Well, I mean, Dow can just target the Rico also.
Well, yeah, but they'll pay through that Rico every time. I don't think they have a choice.
Wait. That brings up something. Wait, I forget the wording. I need to double check the rules.
It's swapped.
It's swapped.
The card says
it puts it into waiting room, so it does trigger encore.
Okay,
technically
it does trigger.
can pay 3 encore.
Yeah.
if you choose
Yeah,
to.
it was the same. It was the same as the one in Saikano, which you were allowed to pay 3 encore or hand encore, whatever you want. Which also means that's also a reason like Slime and stuff are still really good because they just ignore that event. They're just like, okay, you think I won't hand encore when you try to event this card? Try again.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's just like
hand encoring this Shizu until I'm out. of
Daily
cards,
Live
right?
is probably like the standby deck right now. I honestly I feel like I'm more inclined to like 8 standby Dal more than than Sunshine. I think Sunshine is like a more consistently generic standby deck, but I just think the ceiling of 8 standby Day Live is just so high that I don't even want to play Sunshine if I was told to play a standby deck.
The
So-
scry into the top check is so
yeah, it makes it so you just snowball super hard, and it's just not fun for your opponent anymore. Where it's like, first, like, at least 8 standby Sunshine, it's like, man, I can at least like slam shitters into you, and like maybe you'll die, maybe you'll start taking damage, and I can like still catch up somewhere. Versus Data Live, it's like I have to slam the shitter, but every time I slam the shitter, the chance they cancel is just higher every time.
Yeah, because they go 3 cards for a cancel, effectively, right? For a single 1-0. If you have 2, it's 4. Like, right?
It's really, really frustrating.
And if you guys aren't familiar with how it works, there's the 2/2 Toka, which is a top tech 2 rearrange when you reverse a character, and then a 1/0 back row that not only gives one of your characters 1500 power, but also gives you whenever your opponent becomes reversed, like on their turn,
yeah,
you scry your deck. So then that stacks. So you order it so that you scry first, then you top check 2 rearrange, effectively going 3 or 4 cards to cancel.
And you don't even need to take the damage, so you can cancel and you still get to do it again. So you can just go a little bit further for the next cancel.
Better than damage scry. It's better than damage.
So like a part of me is like leaning towards that. While I think Sunshine is a more consistent deck, I think I'd rather be playing the deck that has just a far higher ceiling. Where like, because even the floor is still pretty like low for that deck, so like you can still play it, and even when the game doesn't go super duper well for you, you're still just a regular standby deck at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're just
like more than fine.
Deck,
yeah. I don't know if standby's returning, because I think there's enough of the good decks are still like keeping it in check, or like too aggressive to like let standby ever really come back. To be a standby deck, you either have to be like Day Live, where like you're like playing choice standby, where you're making like a fake standby deck, right? You're playing standby because it's just a trigger on your combo, and you may as well play towards it a little bit. Or you're playing 8 standby Sunshine or 8 standby Dell, where they're just like too good, to not play the standby.
As of before Day Life came out a week ago, I thought Lost Decade was a pretty good standby deck. As in,
I just haven't seen it enough. I heard it was pretty good though. Like 8 standby.
I think
Decade.
I carried Lost Decade here.
I played book standby, but
I heard 8 standby for that was actually pretty good though.
Oh no,
so I heard people saying it.
The second standby combo sucks.
I heard those. I just heard like you just like you crutch on the 2-0 like neg event thing, and you just have the back row or whatever the Ashia combo, whatever that card was, and you just like crutch on those. But even the Pandora combo seems like a pretty like valid
the
top
Pandora
right?
combo has like a pretty neat interaction, right? If I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, like
With
the
what?
encore thing, right?
Yeah.
Like when you encore.
You get double field encore on the back row, and then you can on 8 times. It's like pretty disgusting. But I don't know. Like I felt like that was a good. The problem is, I think like putting like playing into standby right now is probably
yeah. And then if you ever get paired in Data Live, right? I don't think that deck is good enough as a standby deck to be able to even want to pair against Data Live, right? Like, is it worth it to play standby when there's even a threat of that existing in like, the meta?
I was playing 3 level 1 characters. Like I was playing 3 Taigate clones, and that was it for characters level 1. So no, you would never play that deck. You would just get
I think these combos are fine if you're not playing against Data Live in your meta, but if you're going, especially if you're going to like an event, right? Like you want to go to like Nats or something. Oh, God, I wouldn't risk playing a standby deck. Yeah. Events lol, but
yeah, I think if your deck's not crutching on standby and it just happens to play standby, it's all right. But like if your main game plan is standby, it's like crippling.
We're talking about JP meta, right?
Yeah.
There's no ban list. Saikano lives again.
No ban list.
I'm foregoing level 1 to get a good like 2-1 combo that can like sit on the board the entire game. Because I think that was like, I thought that's the way the game was going. Was like we were good 2-1s that you give up level 1 a little bit, and then you can like hold board with that. Because I was like, those decks are more fun to play to me.
I love playing Summer Pockets.
Well, no, not Summer Pockets.
I'm sorry.
Out of 1, right? I'm talking like
me too.
Like
Ripperoni.
Like Million Live, or like what I was doing with the
with the Makotos,
with the Lost Decade, right? But like the problem is, it's like you put out your 2-1s and now they're gone. It's like
sad times.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. It's making a lot of things probably really weird, and
I do think JP meta is really good right now, though, all things considered. as like a whole.
Yeah, I think
There's-
so. I
there's
think
a lot to
of,
play.
I think there's a lot of top sets.
You
that,
can
like,
play
are-
so many
yeah.
things, and like so many different things that do okay.
Yeah, as frustrating as Dal is, it's not like the be all end all tier
And,
0.
Let's be completely serious. Looking at the Konami Code event, the card from Magia Record, they're gonna start
Mhm.
printing memory hate that makes it so that at least in Bushi's eyes, they don't need to ban Psycho,
Yeah.
which is
So-
good for me because I have 2 Psychono playsets now.
I think
I still
Psychono-
think they're probably gonna.
they're gonna
consider-
give it a love tap. I think it gets to choose 2, choose 1
Yeah.
or 2 in the future. But with no
Probably
event,
like
they, you know,
JC drop search
Yeah.
maybe.
JC
or like
drop
something.
search or JC like mill run.
no,
Or not
I think
Mill Run,
it's
but
always
Mill Run.
JC drop search. I think.
JC drop search are the 2 most disgusting
Yeah.
cards. In which case, I think that like
I think
it
you pick
totally-
JC, but
Well, I think I was gonna say I think it depends on the meta you're playing into. Like the choice
Yeah, it
becomes
could.
like it depends on what field you expect.
actually, I mean, with Kato, the JC is a little less valuable because you're already bouncing. It's kind of redundant, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, no ban list is. It's a little disheartening though. I would have liked to see Psychono gotten like a bit chilled.
Yeah.
I didn't think anything else was worth getting banned right now though. Like people are calling for Charlotte bans or whatever. I think that such sucks.
Oh, yeah.
But
I
It's
don't.
like-
Well,
I don't think it sucks. I just think it's like
as
I
a
don't.
Charlotte player myself,
Yeah.
I'd rather my set not get banned. But yeah, like to be quite honest, like while Charlotte is really kind of like disgusting to play into,
It's so weak.
I
at
just
every
don't think
level.
it should probably like exist as a deck because like the fact that the deck can all like just look at a lot of the sets in the game and just like stare at them and be like, you just can't play the game anymore. Sorry,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I get to play the game. You can't play the game. I get to play the game though.
Anti-front plus anti-burn is pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty
Pretty obnoxious
frustrating.
sometimes.
And then the fact that you
But-
can't even like tech one bounce, you need to like bounce
2.
twice. Yeah, it's
Can't even wormhole either.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not fun. But at the end of the day, it's not like end all be all.
Yeah, like it's still, especially with the way JP plays it with the twins plus 1 now. It actually feels a lot less frustrating when you're playing against twins plus 1 now. I think.
Hmm.
Which
I
seems to
still
be the way
think that
they're-
build is incorrect.
Yeah, they're Japan is leading on that one really hard though. That seems to be their play. So, whether it's right or not, I have no idea. I didn't bother to buy the twin stuff. So
Yeah.
JP's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for as much as we love like bitching on this cast, because it's the funnest thing to do is just to complain all the time.
I love
Like,
complaining.
Yeah. As much as we complain, it's not as bad as like probably like if this is the only snippet of Weiss you've ever experienced, then we obviously
Like old
sell it.
English meta.
Yeah. Old
Before,
English meta
before
was
like
pretty
sets
bad.
actually got printed.
Hope you liked playing AOT Sour Can't I, buddy?
Yeah,
Kind of unfair.
Oh man,
good times.
exactly.
English is a hell of a time, a hell of a meta. Also really good right now though, actually. I think English is in like a really really good spot.
Yeah, it's just too bad we just have no events. Like we can't see like the the meta evolve basically.
Yeah.
because there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff
We got WSI,
You're
the
right,
best event.
You're right. Where everyone played like the same shit they always play, and we have one Fujimi.
Hey, there's a Cardcaptor.
Yeah.
Come on.
Cardcaptor's in top 4, buddy. Have some
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah,
My
I'm
bad,
pretty sure
my bad.
weren't all the
it's
fake
top
players from
3
Australia
now.
too.
Cardcaptor's in top 3
Oh,
now.
yeah, it is. weren't all
David is
the
the strongest player I've ever seen.
all the fates are from Australia this thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fate player. Nice.
But
So I think
yeah, I mean,
English
like,
are we
is in a
gonna
pretty
talk
cool
about
spot, though.
WSI spoilers here or no?
wait, what's up? Yeah, well,
Are we-
fuck, dude? If you're not keeping up with it, then you don't give a shit. So like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
well, we have Matt on Fate, we have David on CCS, and as of today, we have Ryan on Konosuba left.
is that right? Yeah.
Is that correct? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
because Ryan obliterated Riaz earlier today, right?
actually deleted him from the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was that bad. Riaz just had
Yeah, it
some
was
like
that bad.
unfortunate openers. I don't think the play was bad. If that's what like
Mhm.
say, like
He
it was good play given the clown fiesta of games that WSI has been game in game out.
Oh yeah, the standard like.
I swear to
Yeah.
God, like I've seen some of the most ridiculous shit happen throughout this tournament, like constantly. But like that's why Schwarz, man. You just keep going. It's all good players though, so like you get to see good players react to bad situations, which is like always good for like
The crowd.
Yeah, the crowd and like going back and looking at games, right? Like I'm glad all these games are recorded. It's like you get to see good players thrown into these situations where it's just like if you're newer and you're thrown in this, you might like throw your hands up and say like, "Oh, I've lost," but like we've seen people like win games from those bad situations too. So pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, like everyone that is like there have been solid players all around. I can't really complain about anyone. It's been a really, really fun event. I'm like once again, I'm like really happy. Like ENTCG and stuff like pulled through and started this stuff. It's been a lot of fun. So what do you guys predictions here? Think
Well, I wanted Riaz to win to fit my narrative that was going on, but Ryan let that one down.
he didn't follow the
So
script.
now I guess I'll root for my friend, I guess, and I'll say Ryan.
Yeah,
at all. As much as he keeps saying he's gonna lose everything, I have to believe in him.
I feel like I have to say Ryan. He's
I do think Matt's like a really good player though.
Oh yeah, no, all of these
players
players
have been great.
super
Yeah,
good.
I haven't seen too much of David personally. Like, I didn't even get to really watch him at Worlds. And like I'm not gonna devalue him as a player because he's clearly made a lot of like really good plays during the event. But he did seem like he had like a really good luck streak with some of the situations that came up too, especially in like his game with like Kuhn. There were some moments where I was like, damn, David's got the luck on his side for this. Holy moly!
I don't want to say that. I want to look at these matchups. Konosuba, CCS.
Konosuba, CCS, and Fate is very the tier differential.
I have to say Konosuba just based on number of games and matchup alone. Like Konosuba is favored to like.
So, Matt has
make
shown
this comeback from losers bracket.
Matt has shown that he knows how to play against the Konosuba matchup.
Mm-hmm.
So, like when he played against it last time,
that'll be really awesome to see.
He showed that like he had like complete competence when playing against it. Like he wasn't just some Fate player that was like, oh no, I can't win against Konosuba. I just auto lose. He's just like, no, I know how to play against it. He played into it like very well. So like if anybody could do it, I guess he could be the one to make that matchup favorable for him, I think.
The rule sets it. Is it since it's a double elimination bracket? Are they gonna have to play like multiple 2 out of 3 games? Right?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
They're saying they're gonna leave it up to the 2 finalists whether they want to do it the same day or if they want to take a 1-day break between. But they would prefer they did it in 1 day, I believe.
Yeah.
So it'd be best of 3 and then reset the bracket best of 3.
Holy crap, that's gonna be a long day for them.
Exhausting.
Yeah, I think it would.
I've played those types of games before. Those.
Yeah.
Why Schwarz for that extended period of time with the same deck in the same matchup? That's not fun.
Riaz wanted it though. Riaz was like, "Yeah, just put me in it. I'll grind them out, no problem. I don't mind doing that all day." I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, that's what I like to do. You just sit there.
Riaz was too powerful, but
Sit at your
sadly, Ryan gatekeeped him.
Oh man.
I think I'll be the odd man out. I actually think I don't want to put David down, but like I just think it's probably for me a toss up between either Ryan or Matt, and I almost want to give the edge to Matt because like from all the games that I've seen, I don't think I've ever almost like even kind of questioned his play. Almost every single time I'm just like,
really clean.
Yeah, that looks pretty
Like,
correct here.
Extremely clean play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It's been really impressive.
I
But
think,
like,
I'm sorry. I think
ahead,
the fact that he's in winners bracket too is going to be placed so heavily. Even if we think this like Konosuba might have an edge on Fate, even though like right now we're saying that Matt knows how to play into it very very well. Like the fact that he gets multiple tries at like demolishing Ryan, and Ryan has to try so hard. Like
he's able to like even make riskier plays if he so wants to because he has the freedom to make that risk.
He can wake up DP as much as he wants before he's in losers bracket. That's basically it.
Ryan definitely has a lot of work cut out for him if he ends up making it there.
Yeah.
And not to still defeat short. I don't know how the favors go like.
I do want to be proven wrong because if David ends up winning the whole thing, that'd be
really exciting.
Pretty hype,
Yeah.
The flip side,
CCS market share goes up.
the flip side of this, and this is like kind of answering something from chat. It's like, do you think that David and his style with CCS is like have a chance to win and everything? Is like 100%. Like David's an amazing player, and like I think that he's shown that people discounting ENCCS is like just false. Like the deck totally has legs, and it's Weiss Schwarz between 3 amazing players of like equally amazing skill. Like anything can happen, and I just implore everyone to go out and watch because like Can David win with CCS with his style? 100%. It could totally happen.
Yeah, like I saw a lot of people
games play out.
A lot of people were down on him. Like there were people from Worlds were like we're talking about how good he was and how like he was like actually just like a really solid player and he was very like clearly masterful on Cardcaptor. And there were still people that were like nah, he was just a sack. It's like all right, whatever. And he's just proving a lot of people wrong and like good for him. Like
To be
really fun to
fair,
watch,
to be fair
but-
to those people though, Jason, have you
Yeah,
seen
yeah, I know.
some of his games in WSI? I
Yeah,
mean, like,
that's what I was saying before, right? Like there's some games where I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn. Has, like, actually all the luck just like sitting on his shoulders right now.
he's like 5-33. Did he just fucking cancel and run off the top twice? Holy shit!
Yeah, he's a powerful player.
Okay, I want David to win only because I non-ironically think that CCS that I know
you didn't discount CCS either, Dean.
Well, I don't think that's even close to the build because like I've played CCS and I've been able to get like quite a bit of stock and like actually feel like I'm playing the game and like have like deck manipulation. But I'm watching David play, and like I don't know. He keeps winning, so maybe I'm wrong. But like I'm like looking at the games, he never has more than 3 stock. He literally has whatever stock he generated on the previous attack, and like these
He pays all of it out on the next turn.
Like he's winning. I mean, that much is undisputed.
Yeah.
But like you're looking at it, and it's
No, it's true. He does go stock neutral pretty much almost like every single turn because he'll either like field the 1/1s, he'll field the changes and stuff. Like he'll brainstorm. He'll also drop search in there. So you're right. Like I don't think I've ever seen him have like more than like 5 or 6 stock almost ever.
Impression. You look at his deck speed. His deck, I'm sorry to say, I don't think is good, and I am 100% honest when I say, like, I don't know. Like, maybe the 1/1s are actually, maybe it's like you put down a 1/1 and your opponent implodes, and maybe like we as players have discounted that in other sets.
The 1/1 profile is actually that good. It is a pay 1 multiple turn plus in the English meta because there just aren't things that deal with it.
Yeah,
right
like
now.
so even in the WSI meta, there's not a lot of decks that answer that 1/1. Like Konosuba actually doesn't have an answer. Fate doesn't have an answer.
You'll watch David like just slam that shit. It's a pay 1 plus every single turn. And I think that's correct. I think that's the strength of that. Like that profile is not at all unique to Cardcaptor Sakura. However, like David is leveraging that card in a very good way, and in terms of against the field, it's one of the best position level 1 profiles in the field.
The only other thing I'll give him that's like kind of good, I still think he should be playing book. 100%. That stocks will come. It sucks. The that -1 soul on the Reflect. I don't think Reflect is a good card, but I've played against Reflect a couple times, and that -1 soul is actually kind of crippling sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too, Dean, because like I think like a combination of this 1/1 and the Reflect, because honestly, a lot of like top players or whatever kind of throw Cardcaptor Sakura off to the side once we all realized it was not doing anything special. It wasn't doing anything very powerful. But I think David landed on like the perfect combination. It's just like the perfect storm of effects that no one really ever has to deal with, and then you throw them in the same deck, and people are like, "I've never had to deal with this before. I didn't realize my damage output's going to be like this. Didn't realize I wasn't going to be winning field like this. Like, what do I have to do here to like stay in the game?" And maybe just fielding the multiple reflects at level 2 and stuff is just enough to like slow the game down enough for David to like keep the game pretty even and be able to close out the game that way. It's just like, I don't know. People are just not running into these effects very commonly. Oh, Dean's gone.
If that card lives 2 turns, it's done more than its job.
Mm-hmm.
It's you have to look at that card as a pay 1 plus. It's a pay 1 plus.
The 1/1 though doesn't even hold, like it doesn't even win you board, right? Like it doesn't even like win your it doesn't even board. So like you're saying like it hurts your opponent. It like doesn't really hurt your opponent because it stops them from like getting their combo, right? Like I understand that, but like normally if I play like a 1/1 AK my opponent crashes into it, I've denied them combo, and I get a damage. This, I play this down, and, like, my card doesn't die, but my opponent still, like, doesn't, like...
But you do, but the thing is, you do, because, like, right now, if we take a look at the decks and stuff, and maybe it wasn't, like, the same for, like, the other matchups he's had, but, like, right now, we take a look at, for example, Fate. Fate's level 1 gets the 5/5 on defense, so the card kills something. Like, even if, like, you know, it only survives and it doesn't kill anything on its own defense, when it attacks, it's probably killing
it's wasting their
everything.
resources.
Yeah. So that's a plus for that card. And then again, something like Konosuba, you have the what is it, the Remy Brainstorm and stuff that can also force ties with stuff like Union. So you're still killing their cards when you attack.
And you don't lose anything.
It's like, yeah, sure, you don't get that extra lane of soul, but like you still have attackers, I guess, if that makes sense.
You basically hurt their resources that way. So
yeah, you're running them dry. That's all.
I think it's more about the CCS player than its opponent. I think we're kind of like I think we're kind of into it in the wrong way. It's the fact that the CCS player in a deck that is struggling against the current meta to resolve a level 1 combo in any form, because of like the low power and like the underpowered level 1 profiles. The fact that this is just a pay 1+ for every turn that your opponent doesn't slam an early play, because let's just sit here, let's be honest, the only thing in the field, especially in WSI, that is clearing that 1/1 is a 3-2 early play. So until the 3-2 early play...
The 2-1 refresh can't kill it also.
Okay, alright, yeah. The 2-1
we were talking in regards to the WSI,
going forward, the 2-1 refresh can kill it. But however, that is what Fate plays like in the early play squad at level 2, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not dying until mid-level 2. God forbid they have 2 of them, right? Like, if David plays 1 turn, plays 1 the next turn, he gets an extra turn at level 1. Like, the amount of incremental advantage that brings up just on the fact that David has attacker that will not die against the meta.
Yeah,
it's enough. I think it's enough.
I'm still kind of also leaning more towards with Dean on this, because at the same time, it's like I don't think CCS does enough as a deck with like actual like ability to manipulate your deck for it to be good, I guess, in that sense.
Okay, Carmen, I own CCS. You want me to start sleeping his deck? And like,
do it, dude.
You want to watch me? I'm gonna be like, I can't mill my deck.
I played into. Hey man, I got Andy in my local scene. He's played every CCS pile from 5 ways to Sunday. Maybe even more CCS piles than you.
Well, I've only played like 3.
That 1/1 is legit, and like
the only thing good about that entire set.
I mean, I was like unironically talking to people about this like last night in terms of like Bang Dream with the like those standby pantsless they can be playing now, right? And the Remy 1/1, where the Remy 1/1 like it could actually just win you game. Like it could granted I do think card quality and stuff in Bang Dream is a lot higher, and especially in like the standby pants list, I think it'd be really impactful. But like holy moly, like when you really think about what that Remy can do. Granted, the Remy gets big on attack. I don't remember if the
1,000 power bigger.
Yeah.
The Cardcaptor soccer one's just a 5.
It's like just the fact that it can just keep existing and just be a constant like nuisance to your opponent. It's just it's really hard for a lot of decks to deal with, and I think underselling that is actually kind of unfair to CCS and that profile in general.
I want to put in there too, talking about that profile anyway, really quick, is that even Japan in their 8 standby Sunshine list, some lists have started like slotting out a couple of the 1/1s because they play usually 6 1/1s and slotting in 2 of like 1/1 cost can't be versed by cost zeros as well as like a meta choice decision and stuff like that. I think it's like a pretty powerful like line of play if you're looking at, especially with standby. But as far as this goes, you guys can continue. You're saying, Dean?
Oh, I was gonna say the one thing that makes it even better in Bang Dream is you play the Remy Chaser, and then like you can like run away from things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the main reason I think.
Oh, you're cutting out there.
You have more survivability in Bang Dream, but topic for another day is I think that Standby Pants is not a very good deck in Bang Dream after playing it.
It has its issues for sure.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't think it's like some amazing like revolutionary deck, but I do think it has its own merit, and it's pretty strong in its own way. I think the Cosmi combo is a combo that is very impactful, and is very cool. I like that it has an effect that actually ever having to need the combo. I don't think that deck is anything to write home about. I think it's very feast or famine in terms of like, did I draw toilets or not? If you draw the toilets though, I think that deck is like actually disgusting.
I think you just play this instead. Oh no, camera.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Yeah, I see the Christmas costume.
I have my issues with Christmas Cosmi, but I don't really feel like getting into it here.
Yeah, same.
Card's fine. Like, that's all I have to say about it. I don't think any Bang Dream level 1 combo is particularly amazing right now. And I feel the same way about the top ends. I feel the same way about Bang Dream as a whole. I just think Bang Dream is a very average set right now. I don't have any like strong feelings towards it.
I think it's a good set. I think it's like, but
I think it's better in English and Japanese, but
yeah, definitely. Well,
yeah.
see, I'm not.
Yeah.
I mostly look at it within the scope of English.
Yeah. I think the set's fine in English. I guess it's better than it's like a good set. I probably would put it with like a deck that I would still never judge anybody for taking it to a competition, but I don't think it's a deck I would ever consider taking for competition, personally. Yeah, I mean that's all I have to say about it, really.
All right. I think with that, we'll just move on to questions. I don't think we have too many questions this time around. So the first question we have here is from one of our supporters, Tony. Thanks. What considerations do you have if you perform a bounce back during your attack phase, leaving an open lane for the opponent, assuming that you have to pay or ditch to do it? In what situations would you do it? When would you decide not to perform it, assuming you aren't like 1 in 10 in a deck or something crazy like that?
Is Tony talking about the fucking the Katori bounce from Data Live?
Oh, that we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Wait, we didn't talk about that on... Wait, did we talk
No, we
about
didn't
that?
talk about it here. We talked about it internally.
Oh, okay.
Which bounce is this?
Like the made Asuna.
Yeah, like the ditch...
On
bounce the card back
attack,
to your
ditch
hand.
one bounce a dude, so you
Oh, okay.
I mean, you want to go ahead, Jason?
Yeah, I just think it depends on how valuable the card you're bouncing is. Like, a lot of the times, especially early on when, like, those kind of cards are relevant, I don't think, like, Soaking the Soul always matters, especially if the card you're bouncing is, like, an impactful card, right? Like a Drop Searcher might be something I'd be willing to bounce back.
The
Maybe
one
like
of
Brainstorm that you have to, you want to front it because you want to be able to field more cards, maybe you just bounce it back. You'd have, like, a better playable in hand, right? Like, I think there's situations that I just don't think early on... It's not a card. I don't think it's a thing you do like later in the game, but I think earlier in the game you could justify it a lot more. So
Yeah.
Later in the game, you can actually still.
Yeah.
It has some slightly use, especially like if you want to play around on reverse stuff and.
Yeah. It has this moment. You crash it in, you bounce something back. Maybe it's like a combo you want to loop or something. You want to protect it. There's situations. I don't think giving the +1 soul matters a lot of the time. It can actually also be detrimental to your opponent to open up that lane for them.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It's all meta dependent, I think, like Ozzy said. But if we're talking about, for example, the Kurumi and Data Life, I think me and Kit and maybe even some of you guys were in on the conversation to where I think the profile for the Zero Katori that bounces stuff is pretty decent.
Yeah, I think it's like a perfectly reasonable card. Again, it's just part of Daily Live's like infinite card quality.
All the cards are so good. How do you fit all of them into the deck?
But even
That's
like made Asuna, like one of my locals was playing like a pretty like dank it's the 2K1 Fairy Dance from Sword Art with they played that profile in it alongside like Xenon combo and the fairy, like the Fairy Dance 0/0 that does like the check top for a character. So it's like a fake 2K1, right? It's like it becomes like a 1K1 that draws a card and gives 2K to one thing. But he played the main Asuna in that, and that was like one of those decks where like it kind of showed me like that main Asuna wasn't actually a profile that I initially thought was pretty bad. And he showed me like, oh wait, this combo actually, when you play the cards that you actually want to bounce, it's actually pretty strong.
Really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sold on the profile a very long time ago. I don't know if you were playing at the time, but when Yellow Girlfriend Beta was a deck that was really like running around rampaging everything, I played it as a 2 or 3 of in my deck. I can't remember. There's a deck profile from like 5 years ago on this channel somewhere. But I was playing that card, and I was just saying like how much value got out of that card. There was like plays where I was canceling a lot early on, and I would just like slam Ricky, use Ricky, resolve it, bounce it back to hand when I attack with the bouncer last at 0. and then just play it again to get another plus off of it. It was really good. On top of like the cards coming into play usually had effects where like if this comes in play, give a yellow card 1500 power or something like that. So like as long as you can find really good synergies, kind of like Jason was saying, as well as like the card you're bouncing back has really high value, or you're looping a combo or something like that, the profile can be very, very strong. It just depends on how the player uses it to their advantage, right? Or like, at least the deck build.
I think in Dow specifically, a big thing about that card, played alongside the choice combo, is that you're overplussing your hand anyway, and you're like incentivized to resolve the choice combo as many times as you can per game. So like Coterie bounce is like a really good field in general, even if that like top check whiffs or whatever. It gives you like knowledge about the top card of your deck. You can brainstorm it away if it's climax, whatever.
Yeah.
And then
if you get crappy cards off of the Coterie top check, you can just ditch it and bounce it.
Yeah, exactly. You just add your 1-0 back. I think it has really good synergy with choice.
Yeah, I would agree. But yeah, I think overall it's just one of those things, right? It's when would you do it? The answer to when you do it is just very much like
it's so contextual.
When you have cards worth bouncing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cards worth bouncing, or when you're trying to do something where the bounce becomes relevant to like being negative to your opponent. I don't think like your deck situation probably has some sort of factor, but as long as you're not in some atrocious deck state, I don't think it matters too much. That you're opening.
More about you getting the card back than it is about the lane a lot of the time.
Yeah.
All right. We got another question here from our Discord. Unsiga? Oh, God, I don't know why I try to read everyone's name. Asked, do you see Dal not coming to English with the trend of the set being too strong that you think will get hit by restriction lists in JP? So first, I don't know if Dal is going to come to English. Is Dal really popular in the West? It is,
I don't
right?
think so. I don't think Dal is coming to English.
Not enough. Not popular enough.
I don't think it's coming to English based on popularity alone.
I think UCC makes a call and says, this set sold a lot in Japanese. I bet it'll sell in English. And that if it comes over, that's the reason they're doing it. Popularity has nothing to do with it.
Well, I would agree if Sal 10th wasn't already announced.
I mean, I'm just frustrated, right? Because it's like, there's like, we look at Albuta, right? Because I feel like popularity clearly does not care to them or something, because Albuta was extremely popular and is still extremely popular, even in English where it's not like considered a really good deck, right? We still don't have the movie set.
Well, and
so
that's why, yeah, it's like, that's when people tell me, it's like, oh, it'll come to English, man. It's super popular. Trust. Like, I don't trust Bushi C to do anything that makes any sense. Because if they did things that made sense, Sal 10th would have already been announced for English.
Yeah, I don't pretend to read their logic.
We're never getting that set in English. We're never getting Sal 10th. So how can you expect to get Data Live?
So the other thing about Sal 10th though, isn't it because it might be an issue with the copyright, because like the light novel art and all that is held by a different company.
Kadokawa serializes English translated Sal LNs on Bookwalker. So I doubt that that's an issue.
It could be an issue, maybe who's publishing the physical. I have no idea, to be honest.
But we all know copyright's like really fucking stupid in the US here, which is why we still can't have proper Macross stuff, for example. So
I think the only way I think Dow has a completely 0% chance of coming to English is if it goes on the ban list, because as Bushi has already shown us, cards if a set has a card on the ban list, it is not coming to English until that card is removed. And you can look at things like Contithe for that. Whereas European Fleet never came to English. The moment they removed Z3 off the ban list, and now the only cards on the ban list were already cards that have been released, guess what came to English? Like they don't like sets that have things on the ban list unless they're already here. If they already exist, then they ignore it. But if a set itself gets something put on the ban list, it's like never coming.
Bushi C just doesn't make any sense. And they never have. So like trying to predict what they'll do and what they'll release is like a fool's errand. Like all we can really do is react. Like when they said the other English exclusive was Mom Psycho, which we haven't had a chance to, like, I haven't been on the cast since that's been a thing. Like that's super awesome. That's super exciting.
I
And-
can't wait for the Japanese set. By the way,
Like, yeah, but still,
I don't know if it's happening. but
that's the other
Mob's
side of it.
not popular in Japan compared to like the West, so
The
it might
West,
not
yeah.
even be a profitable play for them.
Yeah, the West loves one,
Except for
like,
the
in
meme.
general. So,
Yeah, except for the meme. I don't know if it's ever gonna it would ever happen.
but I mean, yeah, it's just like that's super cool. But however, did anyone expect that? Like when people were asking me what's the other English exclusive set, I said like I don't know, like fucking Ruby or like
Yeah.
like some
King of the
other
Hill,
Cartoon
baby.
Network property, like,
Western.
King of the Hill. Like who knows? Just like
Yeah.
oh, that'd
where's
be
my
amazing.
Drake Josh set, dude?
No, dude, I want to now. I want a King of the Hill so bad. It's like, come on, Bobby.
That boy ain't right.
Yeah, it's so hard to try to
Propane.
read.
Propane and
what they
propane
want, you know what I
accessory.
mean?
Yeah, it's just so hard to read into.
It's not even like it feels like it's not even
Boom
worth it sometimes.
Boom
You're
power.
like- It may be hard
We
to
want
read,
it,
but I
Get out there.
Adventure
I'll buy it in
Time,
English.
while not what I wanted originally. I'm like, it's starting to warm on me as a set, and I actually started watching Mob Psycho, and that's pretty good actually.
Mob Psycho's pretty
I think,
Yeah.
I think they've gotten good titles, right?
Yeah, no, these were like fantastic titles. Like I won't even like discredit them.
Even the other two were like they were trying. I think the Batman Ninja, like after watching the movie, I think that was just Batman sells.
Mob
Mhm.
Psycho is so fucking like, and because like they're releasing, it's gonna be like set 1 plus set 2. Like, I don't know what you guys think about like the anime or whatever. Mob Psycho season 2 is like one of the cleanest looking shows
Yeah, the
as a
fight scene
TV
is so
anime
good.
that has released like in the past decade. That is like one of the cleanest looking TV anime I've ever seen. A lot of passion went into that series, season 1 and season 2. And if you haven't seen it yet, go out there and fix that. Like that's just like I'm gonna shill right now for Mob Psycho. Go out there and fix that. It's a really good fucking.
Yeah.
So I'm happy we got it. So
Yeah, it was a good surprise set. I'm sure no one saw it coming. I'm really happy the English
Reagan
community gets it.
waifu.
Yeah,
Exactly,
they made it
right?
Batman is
I just
my
want a
spirit
level 3 with 1 power Reagan that does really dumb stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for it. I'm not the biggest fan of Mob as like a series. Like I'm not like oh man diehard fan or anything, but like if it's cool enough, I'll pick it up. Like I like Mob enough that I'd buy it.
Mhm.
I'm a
So,
fan of English exclusives because then you can go to Japan and like ask if they're
blow
okay
their mind.
with English, and then you bust out your English deck and you're like, this is cool.
You don't know these cards.
Yeah, did you try to do that with Batman Ninja?
Well, I did it with CCL, and the guy was really sad at how bad my deck was.
Oh man.
Especially when you have the
In
comparison,
comparison to the
right?
Japanese one, yeah.
It's like wow, why aren't you just playing the Japanese one?
Yeah.
It's English, man. Gotta rep my country.
To wrap up on like the
Yeah.
end of this question, as far as like Dal getting hit with the restriction, I mean it's just too early to tell. Like we always bitch on this cast about anything that's like slightly better than okay.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just way too early to tell. Maybe in the future we'll see something, depending if Dal actually goes through JP meta and wrecks everything. Then maybe something can happen. But right now, I don't know.
I do think currently, if we like just to really wrap up this question, Dal has enough like things that can't push it into a current top tier set or whatever you want to call it, to where I don't think it's ever going to be like super S tier, but it's still really strong.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'll ever be strong to get hit on the ban list, but like right now, it can have some slight consistency issues for one, and on top of that, your level 1 game a lot of the time, unless you're playing 8 standby, is going to be a little weak on the defensive side.
I don't think there's anything in the set that makes
Yeah.
me say this card needs to get hit. Like even the
Yeah.
event, as much as we complain the event, it's still an event that has 2 ways to grab it that aren't like straight bonders to it.
Mhm.
So it's good, it's great, but I never looked at that event. I'm just like, God, I wanted this event like restricted, please, for the love of God. It's like
Yeah.
I just rather you didn't play it. I know you just didn't play Daily Life, to be honest. I'd
Yeah.
be a lot
The
happier.
event really depends on how we see it play out into
Mhm.
like into the meta,
long
right?
run, yeah.
Like
Mhm.
that's a card where in the long run we already know it's dumb, but in the long run, will we see that it's broken? We don't know yet.
Or will we get tired of it and be like, all right, the card, we're just complacent to it.
I know Dean is sitting here like event's dumb, ban event. Like
I think Dean is sitting here saying, I fucking hate Data Live so much.
Well, like I said, like my problem is I'm thinking about the matchups because that's what I do, especially given every single person in my locals for some reason is going to have this shitty set. And
sorry.
I'm going to have to walk into this deck and play against it like 5 rounds in a row, right?
Mhm.
Like, it's going to be every single game. 5 rounds would mean I make top cut. So I'm going to have to play against it 3 rounds. And it's just like, how do you tackle it, right? Like, I don't mind. I mean, I think it's dumb that deck gets +2s for no reason. But, like, how do you tackle it as a player, right? Like, how do you tackle it as a deck builder? And the event is what I think pushes the setup limit. Like,
I don't disagree. Yeah.
as like a deck builder, I'm playing Christmas Cosme. That's why I'm thinking like ReZero Cats, Vivid Strike with Hexproof in the middle, where you can like have wish targets at every level. Things like that are like the only way I think you can like tackle it. But it's annoying because like a lot of those options, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my problem with it. I'll have to play against it and see if my see like how.
I think it's fine in English though. Honestly, like if it came, I wouldn't like.
Oh no!
bitch.
Oh, as long as Adventure Time is good enough, it's
It's acceptable.
All right.
Yeah.
Snips ask in Discord thoughts on Mob Psycho being delayed. I mean, it was it was going to happen. Everything's been delayed and stuff. I think that's part of the like with what's going on around the world. I think that's why like also like the front end of next year for Bushiroad releases and JP are just like so packed back to back, like barely weeks apart. I think like they had all these sets planned like to come out a little bit more stagnated, but because of like all the stuff going on, just pushing back all events, pushing back people, letting people like be able to get out and shop and like spend their excess money on like cool things like cards, like definitely hampered their like release schedule, which kind of sucks, but it's it is what it is. And then man, I never know how to say oh, sorry, go ahead, Jason.
No, I said it's fine. Like
it's
gonna survive. Yeah.
I never know how to say this guy's name. Is it Kilua? Kilua? All right, there we go. Opinion on
Kevin.
Kevin. All right, is this
Kevin,
Kevin? All right,
Kevin.
Opinion on Canadian WGP since USA is Monka W. Wait, is Canada having a WGP this year? Actually,
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
If we don't get it, they don't get it.
Yeah, screw you guys.
Suck.
No,
I've heard rumors of like there being some sort of NA compensation event. But other than that, there's like nothing for JP.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But I mean, like, what do I care? I can't play in any of the events for the rest of my life. So,
true. Yeah, you just get to show up.
It's just something that I have to TO. It's just like, oh, great, you got to fucking drive all the way out there.
Responsibility.
You just go to NAS.
It, so. But I mean, like, that's fine. I mean, I'll get to see the.
But I'll trade you. I'll trade. I don't mind not playing in super locals for when I can just go to Nats. Not have to go stack my way through Last Chance. Just sign me up for Nats. I'll do that every time.
I'm just playing Railgun for the rest of my life now. That's
God.
what you do when you. That's what you do after you win Nats. You just bring Railgun every year.
I'm never making it back to Japan. I'll just peek here.
Just to play my son, that big boy, that 3 soul.
Anything's better than bringing Summer Pockets back, right?
Oh Jesus Christ! Never. I can't. It's just you can't anymore. It was funny because like even then, it was probably you can't because it was. You take it to finals and it's like I lose to everything.
Yeah, you told me you were bringing Summer Pockets to like you were playing Summer Pockets and I was like, I'm not gonna bring.
I literally no. That's the thing. It's like at the end of the day, it was like. I showed up and like I was sitting there and like I think the first thing I said it was like to Wibbs or like to Kid or somebody. It's like I should be playing 8-Bar Fate, shouldn't I? And they were like, yeah, probably. It's just like that deck's time has unfortunately passed, but I gave it a send off.
It was enough to get you through.
Nico's out there at the Discord game. He's showing.
I love Summer
Discord Championship. Showing people that it's still the most broken deck.
Yeah. But couldn't beat Blue Yellow ReZero. Can't be that good.
Yo, Blue, fucking not even Memory Snow. Not even Memory Snow or what's the new set? Dude, I died from 2-3. I died from 2, or my opponent was a 2-3. I just died.
I should enter one of the Bushiroad things.
It was pretty fun.
Mhm.
I'll just play some
You're
Icono.
a bully, by the way, Jason. I saw that game. That was really bullying.
Didn't mean to be.
Oh my god.
I was
No, I
trying
don't
to
think that
be
was your
nice,
fault, though.
but I was trying to be nice, but I was also trying to like give him the respect of playing the deck properly. Like I didn't mean to kill him and swing for 5 in an open lane and double trigger. I meant to give him respect and go cancel burn 1, swing 1 on a one soul swinger, and just play it proper. And he just kind of died. And I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry. He also didn't know what ReZero did, so that was already just like a
I
recipe
do not
for
know
death.
what ReZero does.
The guy apparently like just started Weiss for JoJo, so he just like didn't really know many sets.
Oh, okay.
I guess outside of like maybe the small quantity
that's
his
expected,
coworkers had, yeah. So he saw ReZero and he's just like, wait, but this Rem is just better than my JoJo 2-2, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and then I
like
free
that.
fresh belted. And he's just like, but why do you get to do that? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
JoJo is just kind of sad. But I didn't want
ReZero is
to
like-
break his heart, man.
ReZero is one of those English sets, right? It's like when you go to like play into an
Yeah.
English field, and it's like,
When you've never seen that deck before, you're just like,
well, it's like
what are you doing?
It-
Like,
it's
why?
one of those very few decks, right, where it's like you can truly just better player someone with the
Yeah,
deck, and the cards are so dumb, where it's like you drop a double early play board on someone, and they're just like, "What the fuck just happened?" Like,
Mhm.
I just lost the game.
Until you're Yabi, and then you accidentally attack a lane that's about to disappear. But
Shit.
Oh,
Jesus. Oh man.
Yo, calm down, dude.
No, we
Yabi.
talking shit now. We're enemy teams. It's strictly broken versus one. What the fuck?
but no, like yeah, I mean Yabi's even shown that though. Like ReZero can really player skill people super hard,
Yeah.
and I think that's
Yeah.
a very cool part of the deck. But
Well, soon it doesn't matter because you just put everything in memory with everyone else.
Mhm.
So,
yeah,
all right.
new age ReZero baby.
Really quick, I forgot the second part of Snip's question is like, any of you disappointed about Monica? I guess coming to English or whatever. How like
I
how
know.
spoilers
Nico's
too in
sad.
JP.
Nico's so sad. Yeah.
Yeah,
was
man
weird.
invested in the playset and just gets fucking stabbed.
Dude, I feel like constantly beat down by Bushiroad in this case because like I just bought a Magia Record playset in JP. Like, all right, yeah, and what is it? Anime sets announced. Hell yeah, I'll invest in it. Literally like 2 days after I buy this playset, they're like, Magia Record in English. I'm like, okay, Bushi, you got it. And then
movie anime in English.
yeah, but then I'm just like, okay, that's no problem. I'll just own the set in JP. That's fine. And then I start reading these card reveals.
Where's the new level 1 combo?
Hold on.
Puts gun in mouth.
Oh
man.
my god.
I think that I think that
It's
sums
like
it up
a
really
couple
well.
of slight upgrades, and then the rest of the cards you just look at them and be like, why? Like,
Dude, you get a cue to Ricky. That's like the biggest.
No. The Ricky's a downgrade, dude.
so no. The Ricky's really. It's going to be dependent based on the deck because right now you already have a pretty like decent Ricky because the Homer Ricky, like it's just going to depend because sometimes the plus 500 power is going to be more important.
But
But,
hear
like-
me out. Eero has
Okay.
cuter.
Shut the
Oh.
fuck up.
So
Calm down.
Your opinion, okay? So Eero has pretty good, but like,
Homu.
like you're literally
Homer,
comparing like the best character in Madoka to like an okayish character.
wait, but
in
Kyoko's
Madoka.
not the Ricky though. I don't see what you're getting at. Like,
You're off
Oh,
the
you
steam.
can't see the Homer
Fuck out.
Never mind.
Oh man. All
I'm
right.
just saying. Yeah, Magia
no,
Record was just so
it-
sad. I almost bought it
yeah.
too. I was like, man, maybe I'll buy it too. Maybe I'll get it on the hype. And then I saw a couple spoilers and I'm like, you know, ReZero EB is looking pretty good in comparison. So
They keep giving the set like level 3 combos, which is cool,
Yeah.
but the set already has really
and it
okay
has
level
that,
3
it has
combos.
that weenie memory. Everything's if you have 2 or less memory.
Yeah, it's the nerfed. They want to make sure they don't want to make memory too broken now. Yeah,
They don't get to play. They don't get to play with the big boys.
yeah.
Close, but not quite. It's because they don't want them to play into their own event. That's why. They're just doing you, or like the 2-1. They don't want you to play into your own 2-1. They're just doing you a favor.
Oh, thanks, Bushi. Appreciate it. But yeah, Magia Record just kind of like, I'm hoping that they salvage the set somewhat.
They just give you some random broken like double R level 1 combo to save the set. the play.
Something, man.
Don't worry, you're gonna get the.
I mean, that's what it
combo
really
like
needs,
Data Life.
right?
Yeah, the level 1 combo is
Yeah, the
really
level
You
one's
need-
really rough.
Your Madoka top end is like more than fine. The Suno
level
top
one
end is
and
more
the,
than fine.
the deck manipulation and the level 1 is where the
Mhm.
deck's kind of like
It-
really hurting right now.
It has room, right? We're shit on it because they're giving us all these overwhelming spoilers, but it does have room to salvage itself. It's just it hasn't done it yet, so
Yeah.
it's more fun to meme on it.
Yeah.
All right, I think.
Also, RIP to all those people that bought the Homer free fresh in English,
True.
only for them to announce that new free fresh.
Yeah, true.
Sucks to be you guys. RIP Dan.
Thankfully, they weren't that expensive.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Even
but
when they were
he also bought like 30 Sayaka's wishes. So.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
can't wait for them to print Iroha's wish, dude. It's gonna be hype.
God damn it. All right. I guess to wrap this up, so last question here is the one I saw from chat from Dolze, one or the other. He's a new player here looking to get slime. How would it fit in the English meta? I think we're kind of all in agreement here. It's probably going to be like what, top 5?
Yeah, top
Probably
tier
top
set,
five.
I think.
Yeah, it's like
There's been a lot of discussion about it. So.
it doesn't matter like what it ends up running. Like you run the whole memory package, and then if it turns out in English you need to run a finisher, you run wind. If like things end up slowing down enough that you can get away with just running the door and the Milam, you do that. Like the set is good enough and has enough stuff to like be reactive with a possible second set on the way, which will put it God knows how far over whatever's going on. The set's already like incredibly fine. If you're looking to get in the game and you're looking to be competitive, there's no better play set you can pick up
Yeah.
right now than Slime. Just make sure you get two trial decks to get your mask events.
Yeah.
Even in JP right now, I believe JP considers Slime to be like top three.
Top
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
So that's just set 1. That's not even with the possibility of a new set coming out. So yeah.
It just does so much, and it's like, I saw there was people in like the competitive Weiss Discord talking about it and how they think that it's too slow for English, and that like JP's actually just slower. But I don't know. I don't think that's true when you have to deal with like Saikano and Grisaya all over the place. That are
I
just,
don't
like,
think it's true.
Tri-field JC
slowly
with, like,
exist.
monsters, and it's thriving in those sets, right? Like, and now that you have to deal with Grisaya, the one deck that like makes Slime miserable to play doesn't even exist. And like you don't actually care about Hibiki. Like
It's not
you'd
slow.
rather pay 2 stock. Yeah, I mean I don't think it's slow, but
I don't think it's slow either. You have like the
Yeah.
Mask Bonder is a 3/5 beater on play.
I think they're
Like-
saying it's slow because it's like it's still trying to heal stall at the end of it. It's trying to play the JP meta game. But I think it's like it's fine. Like again, you don't even have to. You can play the wind. I think the wind is like more than fine. Your
Yeah,
deck
it's
becomes
like,
a little funky to fit it better. But I think it's
well,
fine.
and that's
I
the
don't
thing.
think
It's
you're actually
like,
worse, right?
if you do end up needing a finisher, the wind finisher is fine
There. Yeah.
because it's connected to a card that also helps stall you if you need to.
Well, yeah, you're
Like,
playing
yeah.
the card anyway. You just slip it in. You're just like, all right, sure.
You
Maybe
run,
you
like
play
a
like one of the
3-2
transfers.
split,
or
like
something.
whatever, like.
Yeah, maybe you play like one of each of the transfers, so you can play for it every now and then. But I just think
I don't
Slime,
even think it
no matter what
matters.
you do,
Yeah,
I think no matter what you do with Slime, as long as you play that same initial shell of just she's like crushing on the
she's
Shizu,
doing
the
math,
math,
like
nothing matters. That set's just so frustrating to deal with, and I hate it. I love it, but I hate it. It's gonna be good. Like it's definitely a worthwhile investment if you're gonna invest into any new set coming to English. It's definitely the safest you can go for, I think.
Yeah, especially if you're very new in the game and you're looking to be competitive. It's like we said, it's just super solid all around.
it's a perfect jumping off point, and it's also a set that will teach you like how the game works, like from the ground up. Like it's a good set that will like teach you how the game functions, I think, because like it's not really going to handhold you, but the effects like will start to teach you.
Yeah.
Like the
I
value.
think the set has like a very high I can't think of the words for it. I guess a high skill ceiling, right? Because
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say, like,
you
Joker.
need to know.
It's the
Finish off
president.
my thing.
Oh shit.
All right, yeah, so we're back live. We should be live now. Okay, wait, sorry about that. Dude, yeah. Jason said in chat to us, having pets is a mistake, misplay. So my cat turned off my computer somehow. But I guess we'll just close out this. I mean, did you have any last words you want to say about the slime stuff, Nico?
Nah, I mean, like, I think we just talked about as much as we can. Yeah. Slime's definitely a fairly decent investment if you're trying to get into the game right now. Mm-hmm. It's just, it has a very high skill ceiling, but it's still, even I guess if you're not that great at the game, like, the deck can still easily get wins. So, yeah. It's overall just a really good set to get into the game if you're a big fan of Slime.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, with that question, I think we're just going to close it out here tonight, guys. You guys have any last shout-outs? I guess Jason, Carmen, anyone? Before we just close everything out?
Shout out to Ryan. He's going to win. I believe in him now that he's ruined he's ruined my narrative. I got to go write a new one.
But I agree. Shout out to Wivs. And also my boys back home, PGH White Schwarz. Still going to be making some stuff with them. So.
Now you're done.
Oh, of course, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. It's over.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Burn One.
All right. Nico, you got anything you want to say before we run off?
Yeah, dude. Shout outs to Burn One for sponsoring me. Thank you very much, Kit.
Shout out to Bushi for making Magia Record.
Also, yeah, anti-shout out to Bushi. Where the fuck is my Higurashi set? Where the fuck is my 9/9 set?
No.
I want to spend money. You're not letting me. Stop it.
No.
I want to spend money.
Higurashi is the only other thing but pre-Kone that would have actually made me just like
instant max 30. Day zero. Yeah.
I would have been like livid.
Unlike these tiny babies, I want Spice and Wolf and Made in Abyss.
Yeah, where's the Killing Bite set?
Two things that will never happen.
I give up. They're never gonna have that. They're never gonna have Disgaea.
Yeah,
like Made in Abyss and Spice and Wolf would actually sell, and I would day one. It doesn't matter. 6-7 grand gone. Doesn't matter. I would not even.
Account shattered. House lost.
Yeah, the worst part is
I just have to go to the desert for another 6 months. It would suck.
You know what?
What?
You know I would do it, right?
I know, that's the funny part. I know for a fact you'll do it. You just slam the money on the table and be like, get me 6 cases. I'm like, oh, I guess you got 6 cases now, Dean. No. All right. I guess the final shout outs here from myself. First of all, thank you, Nico, Dean, Carmen, Jason, for joining me on this stupid team adventure that we're going to be having. I'm looking forward to destroying everyone in this team and single season in 2021 if it happens. If it doesn't happen, I guess there was no point of this team. Yeah, I'm hopeful for that. But yeah, thanks for just being here. It's pretty awesome. I'm glad I have some really cool players here to be able to help out and support the community. And I really hope that this is like more of a jumping off point for other people who are interested in being competitive in the game and like they have something to like look forward to or try to strive for, which is really cool. Besides just like going to these random events and stuff. And then finally, I was threatened at gunpoint by Carmen. I had to make a burn one. Oh wait, not that. What is that? There you go. This is this. Where? Oh wait.
Out to Corne, the best VTuber.
Oh yeah. No, what the fuck, Pikame? All right.
Not sure. Pikame's the best English VTuber.
Oh, we talking about VTuber?
Yeah. Okay, no, stop the stream right now. No. Stop the stream. We are not talking about this
right here.
Hold on. Here it is.
There will be no VTuber talk in this podcast. You save that shit for your little Discord conversations.
Yeah, John knows. We bring up Corne, and it's all good.
Oh man, so yeah, I was starting at gunpoint to make this Twitter account for our group. Go ahead and follow it and all that stuff. We're probably mostly going to be using it for like when we go live, things like that, as well as at regionals and stuff and other events. We'll tweet out about how the players are doing and other things like that. And
Jason, stop it.
It'll be it'll be a way you guys can like get a hold of everyone on the team and stuff. I'll post some stuff up there soon. Besides that, I still have my own personal Twitter account. One day I will have more than like 1,000 followers, but until that day comes, I'm going to be stuck in the 600s. So please follow it. It's at KatoriJP. That's all I have. We'll see you guys in the next show. I'm pretty sure next week we're we all should be good. I don't know about you, Jason. Are you good
Yeah,
every?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good every day. Yeah.
Okay. All right, good to know. The next week we'll have some fun stuff to talk about. We'll probably be talking about the new ReZero set and whatever news pops up from now and then. And yeah. Besides that, we'll guys see you in the next podcast or video or whatever. Later.